You go to hell, never coming back. There is nothing as it seems in your requiem for a dream. There is nothing as it seems in your requiem for a dream. We've got obsessions that we can't control. We feel the heat, but we don't wanna let go. We answer questions that we ask alone. I hear the words, but they're coming out in echo. Stop! Would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, lead to race. Why complicate that feeling hate when it suffocates at the bottom? Don't take the bait, just walk away, resuscitate your nirvana. I feel a way I've never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. Stop! Would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, lead to race. Forever in our open arms, we're thankful we made it safe so far. We proudly show our battle scars because they made us true. Stop! Would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, lead to race. There's a race, so you win, lead to race.
Yeah. Let's talk. Look, ayo, we rose from the dust to the sun. They claiming that we the one, never one-on-one. Teamwork till we done. Sent on a mission, we got ambition. Never scared, we won't run. Never one and done. Some sit back and some like the hunt. I pick my teammates up when they fall. And if I ball, we all ball. Crashing balls, crossovers and all. Just call us the balls. Don't fear nothing, call us galore. Serving them all. We outside, we barely indoors because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back. This is the moment to go. This is the moment to shine. This is the moment to show. Show me the rocks you could climb. This is the moment to feel the path like you legally blind. I can promise this is ours cause we built for this, kill for this. Pushing buttons, do it quick, push it off a new assist. Oh, y'all think we new to this? Pound for pound, break it down. Watch what we gon' do with this. Teamwork got us fluid with. Make y'all look like sewages. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back.
Chiqui, escucha loco, siéntate y relájate un poco, que en esta vida el tiempo es loco, puedes perder momentos preciosos y sepas que cuando pides ayuda yo me levanto, todo lo que tengo lo comparto, y aunque me sienta triste yo canto, ay canto, vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza, sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala, si la situación te asusta, enfréntala, si la vida es injusta, grita, deja de callar, escucha, si la alegría te abraza, acéptala, si la suerte no te roza, búscala, nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad. De tu libertad. De tu libertad. Tengo la fuerza, vivir no me espanta. Si me conoces sabe bien que no soy santa. No me privo de lo que me encanta. Si no hay razones para que lo haga, no me gustan los problemas, sabe que yo ando como quiera, no digo que no. Yo soy a mi manera, no me arrepiento. Escucha mi consejo, mi amigo. Vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza, sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala, si la situación te asusta, enfréntala, si la vida es injusta, grita, deja de callar, escucha, si la alegría te abraza, acéptala, si la suerte no te roza, búscala, nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad. De tu libertad.
Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Yeah. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Yeah. I left my demons in my past. I still want something that can last. You make me feel like I'm okay. We both know that you feel the same. Ooh, baby, I got nothing else to prove. You talking about your bad side of me. friends get to choose. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Yeah. I don't friends, yeah, I guess you got my intention. Got no place I'd rather be, feel like another dimension. I don't wanna talk, baby, you should let it go. I don't wanna go, let me stay a little more. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Yeah. Talk to me, I just want a little bit of company. You acting like you really wanna fall for me, but baby, can you tell me who you wanna be? Yeah.
I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I call the shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Every day I wonder when I'm gonna peak at, and that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon'
These are those moments I don't think anybody else going to forget.
Welcome back, everyone, to the ESL Pro League Season 13, and it's the dawn of the final day here of Group B. And honestly, this is going to be a very confusing day, a very confusing results we have to explain to you later on. But this time, I get joined by someone who's even more handsome than, well, I guess it's not really that hard to be more handsome than me. We got Yanko coming on the desk. And
I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I'm not. Where's Trace? What is this? I feel like an alien, you know?
I'm sorry.
We'll
The level of hosting will go down quite a bit from Stunna, but at least you'll be
Well,
closer to
I wouldn't be
Sundler.
so sure about that. I don't know if it can go any lower than that, but yeah, we'll see.
All right, well, let's talk about today's games, right? We have 3 matches happening simultaneously across 3 different streams. We'll be kicking things off with Vitality up against NIP here initially on the stream. And Yanko, I don't really get to talk to you that much. You're in the green room for like 20 minutes before you leave when I come in. What's your thoughts on this match? Just a kind of general idea of how it's going to go.
With Vitality NIP, interesting one. Vitality hasn't been, themselves recently. They've made the change, going to a full 5-man roster, and NIP seems to be getting better with every game. So it's really, it's in the air. I don't have a clear favorite for this one. I think it's just who plays better on the day.
Yeah, and then you can see here as well, we have FaZe against ENCE there. And of course, rounding things out with G2 as well. But I'm really curious how this one's all going to go because we have like so many different possibilities. I think we said, Jacob, yesterday on the show, when we were talking about like if who beats who, there was like 1,200 different permutations. Sure. And now that we have our results finally locked in.
Permutations.
It's a great word.
Everyone Google that now. No one knows what it means.
Well, luckily for us,
It's
we had Sana.
provocative.
We had Sana to do it for us in our group chat.
thankfully.
But before we
Pass
get
is
into that, sometimes. Before we do, let's take a look at what all happened yesterday, get you caught up on what's going to be going down today.
At the start of day 4, there were 4 teams tied for first, with G2, NIP, ENCE and Vitality all with a 2-1 record. G2 started the day strongly with a solid performance on both the CT and T sides against FaZe on their pick of Nuke, specifically backed by Hunter popping off with 33 kills in the map. Hunter didn't stop when the game went to Inferno either, as alongside Nico, they were unstoppable. They had gone to win 2-0 and eliminate FaZe from playoff contention. Inferno was the pick of NIP going into this series. Mousesports, who were already eliminated, were simply playing for pride in this, as Acorn and Rops shaped up and looked sharp as Mousesports would take it 16-9. It was a running trend in this series, as with many of the matchups in Group B, as the pick of Mousesports was comfortably dealt with by NIP, as Hampus dominated to tie up the series. Mirage was a different story, with Mousesports at one point leading 13-5. It looked like the series was done. Hampus decided that it was not. He went 21-6 across the next 12 rounds, which secured the win in the end at 16-14 in favour of NIP. ENCE went back to Nuke, the same map that they had dominated G2 on, whilst also having been dominated themselves by NIP. It was once again their turn to dominate on Nuke. This time they took it straight to Vitality and won the map 16-10. In need of a revival, Vitality looked flat to begin Dust 2, and it didn't change much as the map went by. ENCE were confident and they were landing every shot needed. Arlu was the main man in this one, as he went 8-0 in openings, as well as getting 26 kills along the way, as they secured a playoff spot in Group B. FaZe and Mousesports are eliminated, whereas G2 and ENCE are guaranteed playoff spots. Vitality will face off against NIP in a match that decides the last playoff spot as well as the seeding.
And the seeding is really what it's all about here as well. Now, it's going to take us a little bit of time to get through all this and how it works. But all you need to know right now is first place moves out of groups into a special play-in with the other first place from other groups as well. And then depending on how you do in those matches, either you get put into the semifinals or you get put into the quarterfinals. And the rest of the teams, second and third place, will go into the round of 12. Now, that's obviously a little bit confused. You saw the graph there to help sort it out. But we need to start to talk about how all of this works, what's going to happen with today's matches, and what the potential outcomes could be. So Jacob, to start things off, let's talk about G2.
Well, we know G2 has qualified for the playoff. We don't know whether that's going to be in first, second, or third place. We also know ENCE have qualified for the playoff, but we don't know whether that's going to be in first, second, or third place. Furthermore, we know that Mousesports is out of the tournament and FaZe Clan is out of the tournament. So they're really just playing to not make a fool out of themselves, I guess, in this game. So that's what we know for now, and then the rest I'll leave to you, Jason.
Okay, all right. Bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen, because it gets very confusing. So to start things off with, well, I guess G2 here. I don't know where we're on NIP just yet. If G2 beat Mouse, they're through first place. That's all I need to know about G2. Now, going into NIP, they get first place if G2 loses and NIP wins their match. It doesn't matter in what result, 2-1 or 2-0, as long as they get those victories under the belt. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm doing this right so far. Yanko, thumbs up. Am I doing it right so far?
I have no idea.
He has no idea. That's why he's here.
Keep going, Jason.
Let's keep going. All right, and then we move on to ENCE. And they can get first place if G2 loses and they win. Also, they can get through if they win and Vitality win as well. So again, it's very confusing, but there is a chance that ENCE could come through in first place, which is going to be, honestly, Yanko, and I'm sure you can easily chime in on this, very surprising considering the teams we had in this group.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I really believe that opening game influenced a lot what ENCE did in this group, right? They beat Mouse in an opening game. It was a close game, 16-14, third map. And what do we see? 3-1 for ENCE and 0-4 now for Mousesports, right? I think that really boosted their confidence, let them know that they can play with, you know, the other teams in this group. And, you know, they got some big wins, beating Vitality, beating G2, two of the other top teams in this group.
All right, and we got one more team to talk about here. And of course, it is going to be about Vitality. Now, they're not necessarily safe either. They have a chance to squeeze in to the top 3, but no longer have a chance to get into first place. And I'm going to try to explain this properly here. You guys are staring at me. It's putting a lot of pressure on me. But if they defeat NIP and FaZe lose, I believe they get in. Also, if FaZe win, Vitality has to rely on G2 losing or getting a clean 2-0 victory over NIP. The likelihood of G2 losing, well, that's something we could probably discuss later on, but that's kind of how it's going to work. And Vitality, well, they mostly need to get a 2-0 and then hope for results of other matches to fall according to plan for them.
I guess at that point, if you're Vitality, right, you know that you've not been playing your best Counter-Strike so far in this group, and at this point, you can't really control all these experiments, right? So you just got to win your map 2-0, you got to win your match and showcase that you're on the track to come back, right? Shock said they haven't been practicing for 2 weeks. We can see that directly reflected on the server. They don't really care about this. The players don't really care about all these different scenarios. They care about the match they have at hand. If they win 2-0, they will see whether or not they qualify. They're not going to think about all these different scenarios. The most important thing is to win, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do tonight.
Well, and speaking of Vitality, if we ever do talk about them, we got to talk about ZywOo. If you take a look at the top 5 ratings throughout the entire tournament going into March 15th, you can see ZywOo taking first place at 1.39. Well, it kind of surprised me, Yenko, seeing Rez in second at 1.33 for NIP.
Yeah, that's true. He really stepped up at the start, and even now he's still the highest rated player on NIP, and they need that from him. I mean, he's the most experienced guy. He's like 22, 23 years old, and he's the most experienced players they have. A very young roster. So, but ZywOo, I like how we're talking. He was in a slump, and his rating was like 118. You know, that's considered a slump for a player like ZywOo. So, just tells you how great of a player he is. He stepped up in this tournament, but the rest of his teammates not so much.
Yeah, and then going into today, this is how things have changed. If you guys noticed, going into March 15th, it was all Group B players, but now we see Blame F getting in there, we see Caden as well, Pimp, but we see Rops working his way up. Even though they went 0-4 so far in the groups, he's still second highest rated.
Yeah, I mean, Rops is a quality player, right? He's solid every single time they play. Mousesports, they've been going through a strugglesome group so far. All the games have been close. They just haven't been able to win them out. But if there's one stable, if there's one rock within that lineup, one player you can always count on, it would be Rops.
And speaking of someone to count on, looking at G2 side, Hunter, again, maintaining top 5 place in here. He's been a really strong player, especially with the recent switch-ups we had with Nico going more primarily to the op role.
He was in a bit of a slump, right?
Yeah, a little bit. While they had Kenny in the lineup, I think he was really reinvigorated by getting Jax back. You know, him and Jax are just working so much. They work so well as a duo on the T side, right? Like they've played together for a long time. That's when Hunter was playing his best. So I think it helped him a lot. And he had a great performance against FaZe Clan, especially on that first map. Over 30 kills, opening kills, clutches, everything, you know. So I think he's still paying back for that PC Nico bought him 6 years ago.
That's a great way to pay him back, especially if you can pay him back in flat money if they can get through into the semifinals, coming out in first place overall in the groups. But we have to turn our attention to something else. You know, we're very savvy. We're very, you know, tech savvy when it comes to ESL. We also have a tweet we want to pull out for you guys to bring to your attention. If you guys didn't notice it, though, I'm pretty sure you guys did. It's from a little man you guys might know as Baby No Money. And he says, I'm trying to be a CSGO pro at ESL. What's up? And of course, Team Liquid even responding. Maybe they want to add him to the roster as well. And I'm curious, how likely would it be for him to be a pro player? Even CSGO responded with one of his videos talking about that's a great agent skin idea. I think this is going to be interesting because that is something I would love to wear in game.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, in game, sure. I can do anything in game. In real life, not so sure about it.
To be fair, like, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing, I'm going to die most of the time anyways. But one of our talent here, you guys might recognize him, the guy who doesn't do his hair. He rolls out of bed and goes straight to commentating. He said, I know talent when I see it in the server. I feel the potential. Let's get you on the throne here. And funny enough, if I'm not mistaken, we do have him actually here join us on the show. Baby No Money, can I summon you in? Can I bring you in on our lovely wall over here and see what you have to say about what's all going on here in the CSGO Pro League? How you doing, man? How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Yeah, and honestly, I would love to sit here and talk to you as much as I possibly can, but I've got Harry in my ear constantly bugging me about, come on, let me talk, let me say something to him. So we're going to bring in Harry and Hugo. You've already met him before, and they have some questions they want to ask you.
Absolutely.
Yo, what up, man? How's it going? Look, we got the boys back together again, right? Didn't have to wait very long for it. Yeah, man. So first of all, how you doing? Oh yeah, I like the outfit, man.
I feel underdressed.
Yeah. No, man, I like it. I like what we're seeing. And we got the minions as well, man. Everyone loves a minion, bro. Dude, it's really sick to have you on. I'm glad that you're here bright and early. What's the time for you right now?
The time is let me check. 10:42 a.m.
Okay, that's actually pretty reasonable. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like 7 a.m. Right. We're all good.
Were playing
you
so late last night.
Yeah, bro, it was bad. I don't even know how we're functioning right now. But so you said that little tweet in, right, saying that you want to be pro. I'm just wondering, what experience do you have with Counter-Strike? How into this have you been? How long have you been following this game?
Well, my brother put me on to video games pretty early, and he's about 5 years older than me, going through high school and everything, and he taught me how to surf on D-Dust and on like the extra servers on 1.6, and I did that a bit, and it was always like one of those staple games that you're like, yo, I gotta get that headshot in, I gotta wake up, get them headshots in. So it's just always been like a fun go-to to go I guess shoot people in video games, and it's just been like, I don't know, it's just a good time nonetheless.
Yeah, well, not just playing, but watching as well. We got some clips from last night. I think we played a few scrimmages. We warmed up. I definitely think we need to get some more in, maybe get back on Dust 2, maybe on Surf. I want to ask you about Pro League or about Pro CS. Have you caught much of the Pro League? Have you been watching much Pro CS as of late? I imagine you're a very busy guy.
I'm definitely relatively busy, but yesterday I caught the FaZe G2. Because I saw Nick Merckx having some beef with G2, and I was like, oh, holy moly, they're gonna go head to head, and twisted pretty darn well, and being Canadian, I gotta show some love. So unfortunately, FaZe didn't pull up, but G2 did his thing, and I'm excited for the mouse game today, and just really busy. I literally have it streaming just when I'm working, doing notes and writing music. It's just people headshot, and I'm like, all right. So I gotta make a song that's all about getting headshots, and maybe I'll that'd be dope.
Yeah, man. Well, if you need anyone to come in with some horrible vocals and terrible analogies, man, I'm your guy.
Yeah, there's probably some Canadians as well. Liquid responded to your tweet. They've even got Nafly, who I know likes your music, and he's also from Vancouver. So maybe something there to look for the future.
Yeah, maybe he can come teach me how to get better. I mean, I am going pro. I got all the soundproofing in the back. Right? I got the suit on, the pink. The vibes.
Oh man, let's also talk about. So you got a new song coming out soon, right? Friday, actually. So tomorrow, I'm pretty sure it is. Bad to the Bone. You've been working on this for a while now. You got this music video as well coming out with it. I'm pretty sure. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this? Doesn't have to be any hot leaks or anything, but just however much you feel comfortable mentioning.
I mean, could I play this song a little bit through the interwaves?
Ooh, I mean, we would love that, man. We would love that. We're all for it.
Let me pull this up.
Look at this, man.
Oh my God.
The wizard is working his.
The science, the math, the crazy. He's crazy. All right, here we go. Everybody, gamers, get ready.
Gamers ready.
This is gamers at the ready.
There was a swear word there. I had to mute it.
Yeah, right. This is the phone into the mic.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Are you wearing trousers?
Yeah.
I got one more question for you, man. I got one more question quickly before we have to let you go. You've been working on Baby No Money. You've also got Baby No Games. Talk to us really quickly before we let you go about your YouTube channel. You've been putting some gaming on there as well,
and Twitch.
Yeah, so I don't know. I grew up as a gamer, kind of. I played lots of World of Warcraft, Diablo 2, Counter-Strike. The classics, and I'm sitting at home due to COVID and everything, and it's like, well, I like staying really busy. Unfortunately, maybe too busy sometimes. But I was like, why not play some video games on Twitch and make a YouTube channel, make a bunch of new platforms, and just be goofy on the internet, because that's what I'm good at, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, man. I love
Yo.
it, dude. One thing I feel like we really feel is like the passion, the love for games from you, man. Like it's very, very genuine, you know. Like that's what I think last night taught us as well, man. Like you are just a gamer through and through. This has been great catching up, bro. But sadly, we are a little pressed for time. I don't want to get rid of you, so you've got to come back at some point soon, man. You have to promise me that right here, right now, live on the air, legally binding. You know, it's all good. Yeah, man. Oh,
we should maybe like host the. Oh, peace. Bye.
No. Well, I like where this is going. No. We can host. We can host.
We should host a bracket. I can bring on all my friends and we can play against all of each other.
Okay. There we go. Right, that's it.
We're cutting you off.
The winner.
It's been too fun.
Bye.
We gotta go now. Take care.
Peace.
I really don't think I've ever seen Harry as happy as he looks right now. I mean, you can tell he didn't sleep at all last night because he wanted to ask him so many questions and play with him.
I hate all. You know what's gonna happen now? Now that he said he's watching the stream and everything, now Harry's gonna start rapping during the commentary because he hopes that he's gonna pick up on some of those rhymes. You know, he's gonna bring it in. He's gonna make a song about Harry.
Well, maybe that would be finally a good thing, actually, because maybe Harry would stop talking about Alu's balls. Anyways, we're going to head to a short break to get things ready for our only game today here on the A stream. It's Vitality against NIP, and it'll be off the back of this break.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
If you want to know what you're good at and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, one is left side and one guy is behind spawn.
It's Bane!
1 HP left side.
Where's last info? I don't know.
He's right side. 1 HP behind there.
Straight camping. He's camping. Right side, going right. Nice.
Oh.
Nice Bane, man. Nice Bane.
Unfortunate. Nice.
Snooze.
One pushing down left and one was right side.
His left side,
left side down.
Oh!
You're getting double baned.
Yeah. I had a free knife, but I...
One right side. Nice, let's get right side.
I don't know, this spawn is cursed.
Ooh.
I swear they trolled me with the spawn sometimes. Yep. They're like, yeah, you wanna run? Go here.
Dead one. One guy down.
He's left side close, he pushed.
Nice.
Team 5, honestly.
Oh, right side one.
Wait, he's close left. Where? You got him? Oh no, it's easy. Not even Bane. One is...
He's pushing me.
Dead. He's in the middle.
Last guy, man, is nothing.
Oh. No, there's no way.
In the air.
Yeah.
No, he's left side. Spawns, he's behind the surf. He's taking the surf, I think.
Close, under.
No, he's right side still.
Yeah, it's a bug at spawn, you know?
Yep.
Still up. It's a bug.
Yeah.
I don't even know where.
On left side.
He's right side of me? He's surfing right side. I smell like camp. He's camping.
Oh. On left side.
Oh man, he's lifting again. One is right side.
Right side last. Spawn. Tagged once.
You know, at least we're having really fun. I can hear they're firing really hard. Yeah. Top right, yeah. 100 top right. I can't win a duel against that guy. He's too good.
What? Yeah. Went up.
Bane. no. Last guy is camping. Oh, what? Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't see him.
He's still up.
He went back. He went back.
Yeah, I went back. I went back. I went back.
One is, I don't know, right
Push
under.
left side. Push left side.
Oh my god. One dig.
No,
he's camping right side, right side.
Oh, dude, he's too good, man. Too good.
Oh.
Nice! 8-8, let's go!
He can't out-camp. He can't out-camp me.
Left side. Side. Left side. Top.
Yeah, he's still there, behind the serve.
To left. I don't know this guy, man. Take left side.
Nice.
Oh. GG.
ESL Pro League is brought to you by Gaming Malta, Intel, US Air Force, 1xBet, and DHL.
It's time to start that final day here of Group B at the ESL Pro League Season 13. And the match here on the A stream will be Vitality up against NIP, a team I didn't really expect to be currently 3-1 at the moment within the groups overall. But NIP are looking fantastic, and Vitality, I have to say, Pimp, haven't been looking too strong as of late.
Nah, it's not been the Vitality we knew in the end of 2020, right? They have been going through some struggles as well. They were a six-man lineup with Nevera coming in, playing, outstanding Counter-Strike out of nowhere. Misuta being switched in and out, doing a good job, and now into a situation where they've had to take the loss, take the L, and realize that a five-man roster is the way they have to go for the future. Shox also told us that they've only been practicing a couple of days coming into this tournament. They actually took a couple of weeks off after Blast and after Katowice, so they're not really coming into this tournament in the best shape.
Well, as Yanko, NIP, they've been looking fantastic, and it's kind of surprising. You've seen Rez put up such big numbers, but what do you think it is about NIP that's allowed them to play so well here in the groups?
I have absolutely no idea. I think actually just like the playing with, a couple of new guys, having that young blood in ZTR, bringing in a lot of hype as well, right? I mean, he's even calling on two of the maps. Overpass and Nuke are, by the way, not easy maps to call at all. Some of the hardest maps to do it. We saw their record against Vitality as well, not the best one. I remember in the spring of last year, they played each other like 5 times in 6 weeks or something ridiculous like that. Like every tournament they would meet each other, and that way you develop a meta just for those two teams. It gets a little bit crazy, so we'll see how it goes now. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I wonder, even though Vitality have been playing well, you still can't underestimate that ZywOo factor when he comes onto a server, right? We saw Shox having glimpses of going back to his prior glory, but I wonder on NIP's side, as we've seen Rez step up, yeah, we saw Hampus a little bit yesterday. Who's potentially going to be that second player, that second X factor for the team to help them beat the likes of NIP?
I mean, it was supposed to be, it was supposed to be Nok, right? A guy that in glimpses have shown that he has a high potential. He can take over a game, and he's a decent AWP player. But ever since he went to a break, he hasn't really been up there where you thought he would be after all this time within NIP. My problem is that we have ZywOo, and he's a stable. We know that he's going to pull off a 1.30, 1.40 rating. Whereas for Rez, sure, so far in this tournament, he's been playing well, but he's way too unstable, right? You cannot count on Rez every single game. So NIP, they will lack in terms of firepower, I feel, unless someone comes out of the blue and pulls off a Hampus like he did yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm actually curious who's our players to watch here from Epic's GG, and I have to assume ZywOo is always going to make it when it comes to talking about Vitality. And I want to say on the side of NIP, it's got to be Rez, right? We talked about the number 1, number 2 ratings come into March 15th. I do wonder, though, something we talked about a lot, Pimp, and I'm curious your thoughts on this, Yanko. We've seen ZywOo on maps like Mirage. He just peeks mid whenever he wants to, even if he peeks the same spot 2 rounds in a row. And yet teams aren't able to kill him, aren't able to push him out of those positions. I'm curious, what is it about ZywOo in your eyes that makes him so damn good that he can afford to do something like that and not be punished?
I think for him it's just understanding of the game. Like his decision making is probably unparalleled, right? And he understands the flow of the game, what he can get away with at what moment. And I think that's what differentiates them the most. We always try to pick a different player at times to watch, right? You don't want to say ZywOo every time or Simple every time.
I do.
But to be honest, it's like football and looking at Messi and Ronaldo, right? It's a sense of why would you watch anyone else? They're the best right now, you know, at what they do, and it's just a pleasure to be able to, you know, be entertained by what they do.
You're killing me. You must have seen the segment where Pimp was talking about football, and I had no idea.
I actually much prefer American football than soccer, right? But, you know, I guess for the masses here.
You just called it soccer.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
That's how much I bought in the NFL.
So I'm curious then, when we get into vetoes in a second, do you think map pool will really determine how the series is going to go, Pimp?
Not really, not really. I mean, we know for a fact what NRP is going to come in with, right? Overpass is the strong map, Inferno is the strong map. Whether for Vitality, I feel like NRP have nothing to offer in the veto that's going to punish them. There's no direct punish towards Vitality. Their map pool is still somewhat decent. We've seen Dust 2 has been a bit shaky for Vitality. That's the go-to pick. We saw them lose yesterday, so maybe they'll change that up today. NRP, of course, coming in with the classic Inferno pick. And for Vitality, I don't know. Are they going to stick with the Dust 2?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, for the Inferno pick, Vitality lost like last 4 or 5 Infernos, something along those lines. So basically just trying to target a weakness there. And, you know, Vitality, I think they're a little bit lost in general in a sense of trying to figure out, you know, what it is that, what is their best map at the moment. Usually they're a team that picks their opponent's weaknesses. You can't really say there's an obvious weakness in Nuke. For NIP. They had that great game against Tense, very coordinated CT side, good time aggression as well. So I think it's just about playing better as a team, you know, just playing better Counter-Strike together, better communication. You can see a lot of frustration on the player cams in different rounds, right? That happens when something's gone wrong that was in your control, right? Like you communicated something, your teammate didn't react. You told your players to do one thing, someone messed up, right? That's where it comes from. You know, you're going to lose duels, you're going to win duels. Like that's pretty much even all the time, but they just need to step up as a team.
Well, what's interesting for me is the fact that we have 2 maps in the best of 3 that ZTR started calling for NIP, and he has 100% win rate so far on it. So will we get to that 3rd map potentially? Well, it's all going to find out now as we kick off here our first and only series here on the mainstream with NIP up against Vitality.
Yeah. Bit of Counter-Strike to start your day. Vitality, NIP, 3 games at once. What a treat we've got on this Super Series. And boy, this one is really going to rock and roll the groups. Very close right now. And a lot on the plate to see who's going to be going through. Vitality on that CT side. It's NIP's map pick, and they're out with the pistols. Bit of util on Nork as well. And running right up Holt mid. Vitality might meet them in the middle.
Oh, RPK delivering.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right, RPK. You cheeky little man. And now Masuta is also in prime position to keep an eye on this bomb. I love what we're getting out of Vitality early. NIP, they do have ZTR deep within this A bomb site, but he's going to go back into alt mid now and get this bomb from underneath enemy control.
Yeah, plenty of time to do it. That's the one thing he has on his side. Creeping through, he's been spotted now, hoping for a one-on-one. Smoke dropped and Apex spamming through. He has a P2K, so he has the ammo to spam, right? Don't want to do that with a USP, he might run dry. And ZTR has walked right through. Apex giving him the room. The door will need to be opened if he doesn't cross the bridge, but he's trying to take a one-on-one there. Instead, he's got Masuta trap jumping around the corner, and he can't kill him. It's Team Vitality taking the pistol. I love the pace there, right? Push down mid, get past ult, NIP come up mid ult really fast, and they don't even check their back. Why would they? Even after the bomb gets dropped, the banana players push as well. Vitality don't give any respect to NIP. Got some deegs in. Oh, those mollies getting hot. Plopsky, surely no way he survives. It's not going to spread. He lives in the corner, not for long. Apex, oh, he can't get the kill. Plopsky, how is he still alive? How is he fighting? Should be a dead man. Bullets and fire won't stop him, and now Masuta has to. Calling for a rotate. Shox is on patrol right now, running in through CT. Masuta's still in a very dangerous position. Shox's nade could do the damage. Oh, Hampus ready with another. And these deagles are delicious right now for the Ninjas. 5-on-3, they've taken some heavy health away, but if they execute into this one-man hold in the B bomb site, it should be a smooth move to find their first.
Yeah, it's looking good right now. They're trying to get in. They're trying to get past this, and with the smokes now down, cutting out shocks from the round, it's a pretty rough spot to be in now for Vitality. He can try and deny the bomb plant. The spam is almost dead on. There's no prizes for almost here. Vitality, they needed kills to propel them into this retake, and those have not provided them.
Even that nade almost kills Hampus, right? Down to 6 off of the plant. Vitality can't catch a break, but now they need to break back into this bomb site. Hampus waiting for another D kill. It might get it. Does some damage, but no rush to peak here. And Vitality, they know this one's already past the port of call. They've got to get out and save. But NIP winning the round off time alone and looking to hunt these kills. And that they do too in spawn. And everyone falls here for Team Vitality. They can't get the retake. Man, they can't even get out of the bomb site. And NIP already throwing a spanner in the works early in this T side. Their force, and now Vitality, who are just down in the dumpster, right? 1,400 per player. They basically have to rebuy. They have to contest this force by war, but it's not going to be easy.
Nah, man, you hate these force by wars, especially if you're Vitality. Right, this CT side, pretty rough spot to be in when you get put in a situation like this, especially when there's so much riding on this game, right? Not the start you wanted. NIP, though, they're very, very content with how this is shaped up. If they're able to find this, suddenly they're off to a very, very good start here on Inferno. They get out into top middle with all this utility, right? They use that long smoke to force players off the angle. They molly out the short side. They throw a bit of a fake in towards B. And right now, Vitality do have 3 players stacked up here. I'm imagining the end goal for NIP is to go back into this A bomb site, right? They leave Banana. Now they set up at A, looking to move in. And Vitality still with only 2 here. It's not what you want. We're hoping that these 2 players in the site, ZywOo and RPK, can put on a bit of a hold. RPK, the Silver Fox, lurking alone up in the apartments. Plopsky seems determined to check for him, but it's actually ZTR to beat him to the break. So now the man advantage taken, the bomb plant coming in. Vitality are at least here and nearby, ready to retake, but bomb's already going down. NIP just holding their ground with that bomb in their favor. The pistol tries to hit a good timing. A nice attempt from Apex, but nothing connects. And so it's nice, it's clean, it's exactly what we wanted from NIP. Now keeping 4 alive, maybe it gets a little worse, but it shouldn't get much worse.
Yeah, what a flash as well. Masuta blinds 2 players in the site, but that CZ, man, it's not 2015 anymore. That gun struggling to get anything done with it. It's crazy watching pros use that weapon. Like, they can just 2-tap people from across the map. I can't even... I mean, Apex, that's exactly what happens when I use it as well. Don't worry. It's nothing personal. Yeah, that gun can be a fickle beast at best, but NIP finding 2-1 and running away with his T side. Look at those shots. Look how close. He draws an outline of his opponent. It's not enough, Harry.
So Vitality, man, they need this 2-0. They need it to happen. And with how this game has started, that is anything but guaranteed. That's what's on the line if this Vitality squad want to reach playoffs. And man, you think about the year that this team had in 2020, right? And how good things were looking, how this was a team that was always reaching playoffs, always reaching grand finals for that matter. It felt like, right? And then only occasionally getting them over the line. But regardless, like, these were faces you expected to see in the playoffs of big events. And now it's left hanging in the balance. Already, we've lost a few players over here towards B. There's only Apex left standing. He does have a Deagle. Can't deliver the kill. And so this round is locked in for NIP. It's another nice, clean, easy round, as it should be. Next round is where things really get excited.
Yeah, and I'm really interested by this series because they've come out, NIP have come out and said like, oh, ZTR, this young player, this very new player to the pro scene is cooling right now on 2 maps, that being Overpass and Nuke. Our follow-up maps in this series, Nuke, then Overpass. So we're going to get ZTR cooling in this series. I think that's really interesting. For the main reason being, when NIP made this change last year to bring in Hampus over Letgo was performing really well, but maybe as a whole, NIP weren't happy with the cooling, right? Letgo was brought in as a fragger, turned IGL, and they wanted a more consistent in-game leader, right? Especially for when LAN came back. That's what they said to us at the start of the year when they brought in Hampus. And so to see, you know, not only like that look good and Hampus is calling, like definitely show improvements, but then you swap it out and you let a young gun call. It shows some faith from NIP. Don't get me wrong. They're giving a lot of, you know, props to ZTR and his ability and his knowledge of the game. But it does make me wonder, like, well, if that was the plan all along, you know, interesting to see. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. We've got to see how this NIP team goes through in this group and whether, you know, in playoffs they can make a run here. The man mentioned ZTR in the apartments, looking at the left side, 2 on his right, though. Zywall short. He's not in a hurry. He's waiting for NIP to group up mid. This Molotov is going to bounce as well into the hallway. Oh no, it's going over the top rather. It's not the apps one. Into short. That pushes Zywall back. ZTR trying to clear corners. Shocks will not let him. Grabs himself an AK. They can just reset now, falling out of the apartments as Hampus gets there too late.
Yeah, look at this little buddy system, man. This little friendship from Vitality. RPK and Shocks just maneuvering through the apartments together. That kill goes untraded, and so for NIP, you know, never given the opportunity to take that back into a 4-on-4, they need to start looking for resolutions elsewhere, and they've got to be pretty quick about this. You know, there's 40 seconds left. Time is starting to become of the essence. You know, you're starting to run out of it. Looks like they do want to commit to this A play, and that would be the right call to make. Vitality have just rotated a man over towards that B site. Now they clear out Banana. They get this information ahead of time that it's not B. So Shocks and Co, they just sprint down the Banana to come on this fast flank into the A bomb site. Low HP on Plopsky. He's the first man out of the round, and there's even more where that came from. This crossfire still delivering down in the pit. The flanks were never even needed up through Banana as Vitality, they get it done with just the players inside of A.
Yeah, they were there in an instant though, right? Even if RPK or Zywoo struggle, like that was going to get cleaned up, no problem. So good hold from the 2 men. But NIP now back to the drawing board. We've had some skew if buys already in this map. And it's not going to get any easier losing a gun round like that. I like the gamble B, right? It's a good risk to take for Vitality, especially considering they re-aggress in that round, knowing they had NIP on their back. You know, with only 4 players alive. Common to see a team on T-side of Inferno just to go for that BXX early. 4 players there this time, but for Vitality, as they throw grenades down and trade places. That now means those B players have more HEs, more Molotovs to disperse in Banana. NIP, oh, they're getting beaten up. Plopsky double dunked to 6. He's going to be given the orb. Even that smoke down Nork, does he go through? It's a risky move with the bomb, but he will make it across alive. And the rest of NIP are looking to try and find picks on this A site to set them up for another round. No one's giving away anything, though, not even in apps. It's a really tight setup for Vitality. Look at these crossfires. NIP need to work for these kills.
Yeah, Rez has gotten sneaky with it. They need to clear out RPK, though. He's been a real nuisance in this because all the 1 AK bullet has given up his position. And the trades are good for NIP. In the blink of an eye, it is all left onto Masuta, who's over at that B bomb site. And while, you know, a long way away, he's just going to have to save this FAMAS. Really not what you wanted to do in this round. You thought there was so many bodies over at that A bomb site, something could have come of it. But the sneaky play from Rez, sneaking up close to the hay bales, proves to work wonders for NIP. And so now arriving at 4 on the board, Hugo. I know we love watching Masuta jiggle his thing over here towards the B site.
Do we?
But you know, he can jiggle it all he likes, man. You gotta...
That was a really good bait, actually, by the way. Like, Erez, like you said, he got up by the cart, he got really sneaky with it, and his teammate spams the box. That forces ZywOo out of position. He never knows that Rez was already up and past him, so he catches him retreating off of the default box. Just a nice little call. Like, sometimes just telling your teammate, shoot, you know, can be enough to distract a player. If you're coming in on a flank and your teammate's in a safe position, you can tell them to shoot, and the CTs will often look the wrong way, or, well, what they think is the right way. But that's how the distraction works. Scout down mid for ZywOo. Orb on Nor, going fast up the banana, and a teammate will smoke his Molotov to keep him in good health. More grenades for Vitality. Will they be as prosperous as the last time around? That molly on the tree won't find anyone. Plopsky's just stuck in the smoke right now.
Oh, he saw the blood.
Blinded, but still getting the kill. And Bloodlust for Masuta. Finds the first for Vitality, but they're not done at that. Shox gets a kill mid. Rez comes out through the boiler. And now a very tricky spot to be in for the Swedes.
ZywOo's even shooting the AK away over towards short side. I wondered if that was for like anyone on his team to pick up. You know, the buy is in for NIP. They don't care about that dropped AK in middle. And so ZywOo doesn't get the info that one player's crossed out. He saw a second. Is this 3-on-5? But still feels like there's an air of uncertainty around Vitality right now. You know, they've kept 2 over towards B. They're still paranoid that this comes back into a B play. The flash that RPK throws sets him up well. And so it is just left on Nork in the blink of an eye. Pretty quick round. Pretty just done deal from the get-go. You know, 2 kills come in. NIP never reclaim those kills. They never trade them out.
Yeah, Vitality's banana control is really, really good right now. It does help that we're seeing these like early third and sometimes even fourth players coming over to give the illusion like, oh, we thrown our util, now you can come up B. And then boom, more grenades come out of nowhere. That's an awkward one for Norg. Would have loved to save the AWP. Like, he could still buy it. ZTR could drop it over as well, but just that little bit more money in the pocket, not there nonetheless. Vitality building into this half, and they get ZywOo and Orb as well. So looking pretty good right now for the Frenchmen to pick up steam into this CT side. And yeah, they don't drop the AWP either. They just go straight back to full rifles. Oh, fair enough.
That's a little juicy from Plopsky.
Ouch.
And that's a bit of a big nade in response. Still, you know, you'll take the nade damage and trade of a kill. Great spot for NIP to be in. It's going to apply a lot of pressure to Vitality here, right? They feel the need to rotate players around with Masuta getting that kill and continuing to feel pressure at this B bomb site. We do see a rotation in from Shoxy, now set up in CT.
Yeah, that was it, man. That was the round for NIP right there on a plate. They got the kill. They tried to elevate the pace. Masuta drops that car molly, and that forces a one-on-one. Plopsky had to go into the fight or burn. And with that kill coming in, the stall of the Molotov, NIP go, well, now there's a rotate. Now we can't commit. And now we're stuck in a 4-on-4. Not where they want it to be. This could have been a far prettier picture. But instead now, Vitality are given the room to rotate round, put a third player on this A site, and now walking into ZywOo are the Ninjas. Oh, collat.
Yeah, traded, right? But RPK still down in the pit, and Shox having to rotate round long side is now trying to look for a way back into this, right? Hoping to buy some time for his teammate to rotate in Masuta. And now they both take this angle over towards short. Bomb's been planted for NIP. And aggression at long does give that kill away. Shoxy going back for that proves instrumental to this retake for Vitality. Now they've only got Rez left to worry about. He needs a clean kill here. Trying to isolate these engagements, looking for the long fight, but going toe-to-toe with Shoxy, taps him out of the round. Masuta still able to trade, very, very quick in the response. And so just like that, Vitality are on their way to a 4th. They tie this game up. It's nice. It's competitive. It's exactly what we wanted from this series.
Yeah, that's tap from Rez as well.
Look at this view.
Yeah, it's cool as hell, right? So we got a collat, but it still got traded, so it didn't matter. I think it was Hampus who got legged through his opponent, or through his teammate rather. Yeah, Rez, man, those taps, that's the second best rated player of EPL so far. So certainly showing it. I love the bait for Shox, man. He groups up with his teammate for the retake. They run from long to short. That gets hurt by Hampus, who's in the side planting. He thinks they're both coming short. Shox then walks back to the smoke on long and catches Hampus trying to flank him. That was by design. That was a perfect read. And puts Vitality in a 2-on-1 that they eventually close. Rez burns in a Molotov this round. So put down to 34. Not what you wanted from your hero AK, the one man with armor. So it's not even really worth throwing it over. This is not going to be an easy round either for NIP with just a couple of smokes and flashbangs. One of them coming in on the long side, ZywOo. Oh, the nade could finish the job. Rez, oh, he's got to go, he's got to get out. And he does just about. Scary stuff, finally trading back, giving Nork the AK. As more and more health gets lost, he is only a shot from death, so it wouldn't make a difference, that armor. RPK, oh, he's getting flashed off. They're coming up short quick, and Shox has a crossfire, but now he's out on his lonesome. The flash is really good. They've got an entry. If they can kill Shox, this could be their round, but Shox is hunting them down, dropping another, and it's only Hampus.
Yeah. Shoxy giving them some of that vintage Shox inside of the A site, man. Just lights up this round. Makes it all happen for Team Vitality. And so now Hampus just waiting, hoping, praying that someone gives him a fight. Just come on, overstep the mark a little bit, ZywOo. You're so damn good, you can take me. I'm Hampus, I'm down here in the pit, looking for a fight now into the site, and Shox is just playing with him, just giving him little jiggles, little wiggles. And if you try to go into the site, you won't like what you see at short. There's two players here, and so Masuta holds the line, puts 5 on the board for Vitality, and they're now back in the lead.
Yeah, nice anchor hold there for Shox. Needed that in that round, especially with those flashbangs. They were looking really good for NIP. They made the most of a very limited investment with the utility. Bomb plant would have been nice to get a full buy-in. Rez obviously was hoping for it, considering he bought the AK. He's now limited on a Deagle. Again, this 4-man B setup. If NIP start catching wind of when this is happening, they're going to start elevating the pace up towards A. But it's not been made clear yet. Masuta jumping, almost caught. Already, RPK going back, 3 still here. Plopsky waiting in the smoke. Could catch a reload, right? If you hear that going off, you can charge through. This time, grenades don't do a lot of damage for Vitality. And so NIP, they've got a good bit of real estate for very limited cost. And now, only 1 Molotov left in the round. It's back in the A site. So NIP, they haven't really seen much of this B site in this game. Do they would just want to flat out execute in a 5-on-2? If there were any round for it, there's only 2 CTs here to stop them.
NIP, they love taking this control and then, you know, bowing out and moving back into a bit more of a default. This round, they've had Plopsky holding on, not Plopsky, ZTR rather, holding on to these apartments. He's done that a hell of a lot. He'll decide to back out, and so that's our indication that this is going to be a B play, right? You lose ETR and apps, it means you got to go B, and with just 35 seconds left, the push is now coming in. 3 strong here for Vitality, and Masuta has been Mr. Multi-kill in this series. He's doubled up. Apex is now trying to hold the line. Shoxy goes running into the action, but they do give ZTR those 2 1v1s to carve a path into the clutch. Now a 1v2. ZTR with the bomb planted, both players for Vitality coming through CT. This is not an easy clutch by any stretch of the imagination. Vitality are going to try and play this one together. They're trying to play for the trade. ZTR has his work cut out for it, but in with the first. Oh, with the spray. Not quite enough to deal with RPK, and that trade comes in. Exactly what Vitality were hoping for, right? Good spacing on the CT peak. Don't just get mowed down as they come around the corner. And RPK even saves that AWP for ZywOo. So the bomb plant's in. It's a damn good attempt at the round from ZTR, right? Thinking about the fact that that was, at one point, a 1v4.
Yeah. You take those, right? Bomb plant, bit of money, and whoa, I'm getting motion sickness. Yeah, worth noting, ZywOo got boosted over the long smoke in middle there as well. That's what enabled a pre-rotation to be. We had that third player, I think, with Shox moving over, and Vitality were actually stacked in the site. So without that happening, if NIP went a bit quicker into that B bomb site, there would never have been 3 players there. Vitality would not have been ready, and that could have gone very differently indeed. ZywOo now on B out of spawn, takes an AWP pick, and runs right back, swapping with Apex. RPK close apps. He's got lots of different ways to play this corner position. They're looking for legs underneath the smoke. But instead, RPK ready to dish out some death. ZywOo's still boosted. He's got mid locked in. RPK hears the drops. They don't even check for him. He's been up here every round. ZTR does get that trade, and that's bought a bit of room here for the bomb plant, but still left on pistols. They can't retrieve that gun from apartments yet, and so Vitality should be good to retake. They're trying to find it. Where'd it go?
Oh, they got it right. ZTR. Been able to locate this gun. Never trusted him with it. Tucked into the pit. There's a long smoke down. The Vitality have had to wait for on the fade. We need to check boiler. Nork could get away with absolute murder. Only good for one. Down in the pit now, ZTR redirects his attention to short. The mollies have churned up these 2 short side players. It's another attempt and a big clutch, and the molly burns out Masuta. Oh dear. For Shoxy, he's out of the round. He's saving. He's gone. ZTR. It's a big clutch to find down in the pit. The mollies to short, the utility there from NIP to win that a man down with mostly pistols still in play was unreal, right? The smoke at long to waste time off the clock, the double molly into short that burns out Masuta, brings Shock so low that he has no choice but to save, and gives so much time to ZTR choosing, which fight he wants to take and when on his terms down in the pit.
Yeah, it's nice to see this guy in a lot of clutch situations, right? Like for upcoming players, well, that can be very daunting indeed. But that's exactly, why he was brought in for individual prowess. Like they believe in his ability, his gunplay, and so putting him in a clutch where he's able to show us that, hit some headshots, smooth moves, all eyes on you. That's what we get out of ZTR. He's got 10 kills right now, only second to Shox in the server. So damn good showing, and especially considering, as said, he will be in-game leading on the next 2 maps of this series. So definitely, we talk about in-game leaders being affected in their calling if they don't have the confidence, if they don't have the kills, if they're struggling in the server, then how are they supposed to make the calls that they want to make? Well, ZTR, not the problem right now, even though it is Hampus leading the comms in this map. Good shot, man. ZywOo, he's been all over this one. Finding openers left, right, and center, B and Apex. It won't deter NIP, who take a lot of room. Vitality fall into a passive setup with ZywOo back on long in the library, moving up contact. This could be completely by surprise. Vitality don't know what's hit them until it's already happening. Shox, though, in the corner, covering RPK, who does die, but now they have to clear him from the site. ZywOo coming through the long smoke to offer some support, but Shox doesn't need your help. He's got 3, not 4. It's ZywOo to close. What a round. What a hold. And the contact play that looked like it found good timings gets melted.
Yeah, man, it's one of those situations where, you can feel like you've hit every right timing, but there's no accounting for the individual brilliance of guys like Shox here. The fact that he goes, he doesn't even really go unchecked. Everyone's so focused on dealing with RPK and ZywOo over towards site and long that they discount that close position. And, the first player dies to Shox. Second guy into the site is holding for a pit crossfire, which is very, very common setup over on Inferno, right? So he gets caught looking the wrong way. Third guy in's trying to trade, but it's like at that point, you've sunk a lot of costs into this bomb site, and they're just hoping they can deal with the close player. Shox goes on a bit of a tear, 14-7, a 2-0 KD. Very, very good when we depend on him to step up. And with that, the money is gone for NIP.
Yeah, they've been hit before though, right? They've had a fair few ecos in this T side. And one of them even being successful just a couple of rounds ago. So let's see if they can do that again. Although this one far less to work with. 1 AK on Nork is something, but pretty much the only thing. More grenades, more mollies, Hampus with no smoke. If that spreads, he is a dead man. How is he not cooked to a crisp right now? I don't know. But they have no idea either. Masuta is not going to be ready for a logs player. And so Hampus hears the jumps, but needs to strike at the right time. Popsky shooting through the smoke is a bit of a bait, and you can see Hamber's calling for his team to group up behind it. If he can get this kill, they can just charge into the B-bomb site. Masuta is the only man here. You have to hit the one dig. Oh, it's only a tag. Chasing him down. Masuta dropping the smoke, and he gets the kill. That's massive for Masuta. Can he hold on?
He has been good at these multi-kills, right? I called him Mr. Multi-Kill, but the flash has really complicated matters. We're getting good mileage out of Masuta, and he buys enough time for rotations to come in. NIP, they're trying to explode fast on the back of getting these kills. With flashes raining over CT, RPK is set up for the peak. Oh, not this second, though. And there's the spray from Nork that might make this round doable. The bomb is dropped banana side. Nork is on to the AWP, his weapon of choice. In this clutch, a 1v2, and he needs the ace if he wants to get this round for Nip. Never going to be easy. And no one's feeling that now more than Nork.
Wow, look at the respect they're giving him.
Yeah, he's being given a little bit of room, but this CT peak getting held, really drawing out the very limited portions of time that he's got, and so Apex not giving that fight over. I think Vitality played that very, very well, right? They could have tried to prod the site a little bit more, but they decide against it. They realize, look, there's 30 seconds. He's waiting for smokes to fade. If we don't give him these fights, it's going to be very, very hard to win the round. You know, even Apex, if he hadn't have won that fight in CT, by the time that kill would have come in, look, there was like 15 seconds left, right? You've got to run back to Banana, get the bomb, possibly die fighting for it, and then try and get it planted as well with the player nearby. So it was never going to happen for Nork, sadly. Does have that AWP out again in this round, ready to go toe-to-toe with ZywOo, but look at Shox. Look at what Shox is doing. He's all the way down mid, and they've got no idea on the NIP side. He could tear this entire round apart.
Yeah, they were full flashed out. They had no clue that he got to this position. He saw them both jump out doing the flashbang dance. And now Shox, he's here to party. He's waiting for them to cross right by Rez. Oh, he checked it, but not fully. He didn't clear the corner. Now Shox has everything on his plate, ready to bite down onto NIP. 1, 2. Oh, he can't get the second. Nork flicks back with the AWP. ZywOo responds. The bomb is loose in middle, in the choke point. They've got a flash to find it. That has not gone how Shox has wanted, but ZywOo has at least kept it in the advantage. And there's another man in the apartments. Flashed, but doesn't matter. ZywOo takes the shot blind. And dear, oh dear, Masuta, you said he needs a multi-kill. He's a man of many. Well, here's another, ready as NIP contact into B.
Yeah, this round's this round kind of decides if this is like a very dominant first half of Vitality or if NIP can close the gap. So Masuta does not want to let this opportunity slip by. He's not given a lot of room, but Apex trades it immediately. Now calling for these rotations. Nork fakes the bomb plant and nails the shot. It's another clutch attempt for Nork. This time a 1v2 and a chance at the 4K. Back towards Dark he goes, hiding an emo, but this guy is not feeling down at all right now. Instead, holding for a banana peak that's never going to arrive. Both players bound through CT. Heading into the retake, Nork. This time he's got time on his side. This time it's Vitality feeling the pressure, and it's the collateral for Nork to put 6 up on the board for NIP, and it smiles all around there. Oh, you could feel the lineup happening, right? They're getting a little close to each other in CT. They're getting a little cozy. And Nork says, nah, mate.
Yeah, what a round from him, man. Finally, NIP getting a clutch over the edge as well. It's been coming up mostly Vitality in these rounds as well, but oh my goodness. Doesn't get much more picture perfect than that. Rez can't believe it, and neither can NIP. They've been given a chance, like you said, to make this half interesting after all, and they're dealing with aggression well. CTR has a teammate by his side to trade, and so NIP already finding a 2-for-1. ZywOo with a deagle, too many targets, but he does get the bomb. That's info at least, but at this point, Vitality are cordoned out of the site. Apex has a kit. He's also got a CZ, and we've seen that be the undoing as well. But can it do NIP want instead? He's actually gotten past Plopsky, who's trying to cross to the site. Now Apex alone. 1 mag to play with, 14 bullets left, and he's being flanked as well. It's important the pit player does not die. But, oh, Apex has read this one. No, checking long, not the boiler. NIP, they salvage the half. They make it interesting. 7 at the end, and we've got 1 series on our hands. Join us after the break to see how this one goes. Vitality, NIP will continue.
Shox has been really enthusiastic about the love in the Vitality camp so far, Apex. But tell me what the mood's like right now after that loss yesterday to ENCE.
Well, to be completely honest, this is the second loss we have in the EPL group. But the main problem is that we didn't show up at all, and that's what is pretty frustrating for ourselves when we're playing that way. So yeah, we've been playing pretty bad, even if we won 2 games. The first one was mainly because I showed up a lot and he just carried our ass, to be honest. And again, Mousesports was more a bit of a wake up, but not for the whole situation. So we know we're not playing pretty good. That's the thing. We've been working hard to get better, but it takes time sometimes. And the thing that we have to remind ourselves is that we don't have to give up and just keep going, and it will come back if we give enough energy in that. So yeah, that's it.
There was something Snappy said in his post-game interview yesterday, which was about ENCE playing better when they're having fun. And I'm just wondering, are you guys enjoying the matches at the moment?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's what we're saying a lot of time. Is that, guys, it's just a video game. After all, it's just a video game. We need to enjoy what we do, etc. So yeah, obviously we're telling ourselves that. Sometimes we don't, and it can be seen in the results overall. But yeah, I think that's the thing for almost everyone. Maybe not the Russians, because they're a bit different in that sense, but for the rest, for more emotional countries, I feel like it's the case. You need to have a lot of fun with each other to perform. And yeah, right now maybe we don't have that much fun.
Well, good luck today. Thank you so much for talking to me, Apex.
Feelings don't die around this neighborhood. We used to sell a double pills, young and misunderstood. My homie, tell me what is changing from your point of view. A smaller circle, but the range is still some deja vu. I recognize my future, and there is nothing with you. Unless you turn your boat around, success might come recruit you. But unless you analyze in depth that we're steps away from death, 1,000 possibilities, act on it, Johnny Depp. For real, cause we're lonesome travels, trying to know what father brought us down.
10 gamers enter the server, but only 5 may carry on. That's what's on the line here, Hugo. The other 5 exiled to the realm of the beyond.
It's called getting grouped, mate.
Yeah, no one wants that.
Oh, what a start, 8-7. How does that happen? And right now, both teams fighting tooth and nail to get through. Okay.
Yeah, man, pretty gnarly from Masuta. That's what we're used to seeing out of this guy, though. It's not even a surprise at this point. Oh, Masuta gets a BS kill with a Glock. Yeah, just another Thursday, mate. Down in the pit, ZTR flashed off, but look at Shox getting stuck in with this. Oh, never mind. ZTR drops 2, and now the double setup is uncovered, but they drop the bomb. Apex up through short side of Masuta is a long way away. So Apex is left fighting this battle solo for the time being. Ooh, out through long, Masuta trying to gain some ground, and it's another little BS Glock kill for Masuta. This guy making it feel doable. And he's saying to Apex, you know what, bud, you just give it a look in. Don't you worry about me. I'm doing my own thing in through the apartments. Masuta here to collect the debts of NIP. Barges out through the door, spots the man in the sight, and Nork taps them both out of the round. It's Nork, baby, to put this round on the board for NIP.
Yeah, some good shots from Vitality, but that double pit setup, that's what really wins them the round, right? The last thing that Vitality were expecting after, you know, they get 2 kills off of this as well before killing the first guy. ZTR doubles up. The last thing I was ready for is one more man in the same position. And with the bomb loose, it's all about just holding on to the site. With Vitality, a guarantee they're coming your way. So we're buying an AK in this round. We've got pistols forced up, and a great grenade to do some devastating damage onto ZywOo. Lots of SMGs here for NIP. They're controlled, but NIP won't leave players down the bottom. Rare to see that nowadays. Just so easy to clear out, right? Far better to play the percentages, fall back, play safe, use your util, stall a play, call a third rotate, rather than risk it all on one man in a corner, hoping he doesn't get cleared. Not to matter though, Vitality moving up into A right now, moving on the long side. Nork, the 1M4 in the best position for it right now. They're going to check the corner. They won't check Nork. The AK versus the M4s, I was chased him away, and he's opened up a path to CT. If they want to wrap B, they can. But Apex is the only man in Banana, so the bomb comes back to join him, and it's a 2-2 split into the 2-man hold.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to bring your 2-2s to the 2-man, right? That's the problem here at Banana. You're trying to ballet your way around these gunshots, and it's not landing. It's not looking good. Shoxy's dropped, and even though that CT wrap is in, it's been cut down by the MP9 of Plopsky. The B play was doomed. The moment those 2 players at Banana are engaged upon and go down, the bomb is lost, and so suddenly the game plan out the window for Vitality. Just having to take an eco here. This means NIP could have a nice, easy route to double digits.
You like that, don't you? On their map pick as well, like this is a team that, as said on the desk, has seemingly been getting better every single game. Not the only ones, right? Ents is certainly a notable team inside of this group that, you know, came in hot and will not stop. So this group hasn't exactly gone the way that we expected, but welcome players and welcome opponents in that top 3. Hampus gets deked through a smoke. He's still alive. And again, NIP will pull back out of the Banana eventually, but they won't do it without at least a bit of a flex on the way out. Okay, double dink down through the wood. Apex kills Hampus. He never sees him. Bobsky's still here. Can a Deagle find a little bit more? Oh, that could have been a free round right there if they got that kill, but instead they're still trying to mince in middle. Rez taking down Masuta and stalls it out again. They're just not giving Vitality trades in this position. The gun's been given over. Apex can smoke CT, and there's still only Plopsky at B, so he can't afford to fall right now.
Yeah, the rotations are coming in pretty quickly, though. So Plopsky has just been freed up to fight this, especially with the mid-wrap from Rez. Only danger now at a round like this is like if Rez got found on the flank, but it never even comes down to that. NIP is nice, it's clean, 4 for Plopsky on the B hold, and now we have that investment coming back through for Team Vitality. And remember, while we have like the grandiose sense of this series, for Vitality to guarantee themselves a little playoff slot, they need the 2-0.
Yeah.
So there's a lot riding, not just on winning this series of Vitality, but winning it dominantly.
And right now, this is anything but dominant, right? They are fighting tooth and nail for each and every round. NIP on the full buy, deal with that eco with ease. Oh, the spam could do a lot more, but only 10 damage to ZTR. He'll live to tell the tale. AK's climbing up into apartments, but they will be met with these MP9s. Side by side, covering each other's backs. And these can really chew through, right? Double dink into the apartments. They won't last long. They're going to fall back early with the Molotov. They've at least stalled Vitality in getting this position anyway. ZywOo might hear Nork leave there. but it's only a jump away. He's still going to hang around on the long side. 4 on A right now, but with top B getting taken, you've got to throw a rotate at the problem. And in fact, 2 will be the port of call for NIP moving over the AWP and Rez. It is all but a ruse here for Vitality. Will they go back to this heavy mid and app setup that they're currently possessing? Oh, what a read for NIP. They've done it. And it's going to pay dividends.
Ooh, they're flashing the MP9 through. Rez has got to clear close. And now he's trapped at the sandbags, but still good for the double. Tensions at an all-time high. Vitality now realizing that this B site is not where they want to end up. They rotate away, but Plopsky has got this information ahead of time. 15 seconds into the A site they go, picking up a lot of pace, and they've got to go even faster. Hampus from down in the pit, just trying to buy time, trying to slow down this site take and whittle down the numbers. Apex deleted by ZTR with the MP9, and the triple stack at B is flawless. Forcing Vitality's hand back into an A play, arriving at the site with 10 seconds left, means that they could never clear these positions properly. They didn't have a utility left to cut anyone out of the round. And so that is a big push from Rez and Co at the B side of the map to make that round happen in the first place.
How does Rez even recover that spray as well? He's completely off and then just flicks back and gets the kill. ZTR, man, he didn't make like an explosive debut with his team, but he is looking so much more dependable in these games as we see NIP go through the group. That's a great sign. Getting a multi-kill on that A site there as well, backing up now everyone armed for NIP. Quite the disparity between the Tech-9s of Vitality, and they're going to move up short as well. Rez ready on the short side. Smoke down, they're going to go over the car. He's so blind, these flashes render everyone useless, everyone but ZTR, because he's boosted in the site. Masuta tucked down behind, will only get 1, and that's going to be another clean-ish round for NIP. 1 death, no problem. 12-8, and we need rounds out of Vitality stat.
Yeah, they got to come in quick, right? You got to stop NIP before they pick up too much momentum, too much confidence on this CT side. Yeah, we talk about ZTR. I think someone else who deserves an honorable mention here is Nork, right? Who had a very slow, I say very slow, just like a slow start to this series. He wins that 1v2 clutch, getting 4 kills in the round. Almost wins a 1v4 as well with the near ace. And since then, man, his confidence has been through the roof. And so once again, he's really pushing the boat out, seeing how much he can get away with. He's gone aggressive in through the apartments, nails that shot to Masuta, and lives to tell the tale. There's no trade from Shox, who's just stuck waiting in the bedroom. We've all been there and we hate it. Bomb's going back towards B. Zai Wu taking it round. Shox is still selling this A fake, hoping that this lurk smoke out of the apartments can keep players here. And thus far, it's done a good job, right? All 3 staying on A now that they've seen that smoke. Shox leaves, and the rest of Vitality try to make some headway in towards this B bomb site.
RPK on the entry. Hampus is going to peek out after the flash. Plopsky not cleared, and Hampus helps out on the second peek as well. Apex trades, but he's not going to live long. Shox late to the party. Now has to blow out some birthday candles, but Plopsky's the first to clear. He does do it. How does he survive through the smoke? That spam puts him on 14. Plant coming in. He's committed to it. No one here to stop it. No smoke either for the spawn, and Molly will have to do, and he peeks ahead of the flashbang, blinded, and Nork takes him out with the AWP. NIP get a quick, clean retake under wraps, and the B players hold their own, even with that fake smoke, right? Even with the lurker Shox, and those rotates stalled out. It is not a problem in the slightest. Plopsky and Hampus hold their own inside of B, and NIP are giving us a masterclass right now on the CT side. Not giving Vitality any room, any respect. Nork's feeling it, man. 21-9 on this AWP.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not love what we're getting out of NIP, but it's at a very unfortunate time for Vitality fans and Vitality. This CT half flawless, 6 in a row. NIP, while they're going from strength to strength, Vitality, they're going from copium to copium. Trying to deal with this one. Quite a rough hand to get dealt here. An on-fire NIP in a game that you had to win dominantly.
Yeah. They get past the molly. Mid is now Vitality's. That's something, right? They've been no strangers to playing fast, to playing out a spawn here, but could that be their undoing? Because Nork is primed and ready on the angle. He's going to get flashed off. I like the pace. Can they overwhelm Nork? The smoke down. Oh, random shot, and it connects. He finds Apex. ZTR hiding on the edge of a smoke. They're going to go through into this site. No waiting around, and maybe they should have reconsidered, because on the other side it is a dastardly gentleman. Sharks now can't hold on, and ZTR another multi-kill on this A anchor. He has been full of them this game. It does feel like Vitality are just throwing caution to the wind in many of these rounds. Oh dear. Running through long smokes, getting picked through arch smokes. There's not really much you can rely on right now. And up against 14, with no T-side to show for it, with nothing to fall back on, saying, oh yeah, this worked. It's back to Tech9s, and it's back to be fast. Oh, they get churned up in the Molotov, and they've got to drop smokes on them if they want to commit. Look at the health they're taking. Look at the damage done, dealt out, and Plopsky's trying to finish the job. He gets a dink, not finishing Masuta, but the nades could instead. Molly onto default. They'll have to plant at the back of the site.
Yeah, 3-on-3, right? One of the best chances you've had, and it's on a buy like this.
Oh,
damage is good for Apex. Oh, now with another kill coming in, it might just be this save. Finally, Vitality might have broken this streak. Nork don't look interested. He's just trying to take down players as they leave.
He's got 13 grand, mate. He doesn't care if you lose this in Sorp. He knows he can't win the round, but he does want the kills as they leave the bomb site. Almost hitting that flick. But one will do. And not much he could have done in that position either, right? Not retaking a 1-on-3 with the AWP. Masuta even dies to the bomb. It's very low from all the damage done inside of the site from Hampus and Plopsky. There's Molotovs as well. Vitality don't respect them. They had to go through. Those rotates are already running amok through CT. And so, yeah, okay, the fast rounds, they've been pretty hit and miss, more so miss than hit, but finally they do something. Charging into the B-bomb site and getting around. But is that something you can rely on? 4B for NIP, or 3 rather, to get that util down once again.
Oh, the silent boost into the apartments. Not that usual little audio cue that you can get if you do it without the man boosting you up. Means they're out through the boiler very, very quickly. Top mid control already taken. Look at Plopsky, though. Down through Banana. Freeing up a rotation from Nork as a potential now. Bomb is still dropped at T-ramp, right? So for Vitality, even though they've got all this ground in top mid, even though they've got this territory locked in, not the A play guaranteed. And the fact that they've even got RPK holding with that bomb for a banana flank means that this could all culminate in a late B play, with the illusion given that this is going to be the A site take.
Yeah, they're really hoping that someone makes a mistake and aggresses B, and that's when the punish kill can come through. But it's the other way around. RPK peeks into Nork, and the AWP gets the opener. It won't even need help as well. Vitality continue to pressure on their A control. Plopsky dinks, or gets a dink, but it gets domed as well. And now this B split that didn't work earlier might be the answer here for Vitality. Good kill for ZywOo. The AWP and CT, watching, waiting, and even hitting Masuta. He can't get the kill, and he needs every shot he can find. Oh, pulls the knife as Apex comes out of the cubby. And Vitality, a great mid to B split, finding their 10th round.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame for Nork. He's having a great game. You could feel him trying to outposition there in what was becoming a 1v4 for him. And the timing just couldn't get any worse. Even landing that tag onto Masuta earlier on will just be the save. Vitality up to 10, reaching double digits, keeping this competitive. Money's so stacked for NIP though that Vitality, this is going to feel like a real grind. Like you're going to be coming into rounds up against Rifles a hell of a lot. So you don't have that normal advantage of the T side and, the comeback potential that's there where you're getting these like 2-for-1 rounds, right? You're winning, then you're breaking the money. You don't get that no more. Oh, Hampus. That's ballsy. Just runs down Apex right at the end. Doesn't even save the AK.
Oh, poor Apex. Probably like, looking at his
he's like talking to everyone, like, all right, guys, good round,
This is what we do next. Okay. But at this point, it is 14-10. Like, you're less thinking about the money, you're more thinking about the rounds, right? You can afford to rebuy, rather, and they're not out the woods yet, NIP. Money's starting to drip as well. 14-10, and still in a very good position, but a couple of rounds in a row for Vitality is going to give them some hope still. Molly up Banana, Molly down Banana. Trading nades. Oh, that's a dunk and a half. 2 more to follow. Hampus dead. Nothing he could have done except not play the sandbags, but too late to realize. You don't get much reaction time when those HEs fly in, and now with him cleared out, they can molly the top of B and start to check corners. Apex hoping no one is pushed up in the smoke. And he has confirmed that for now. But 3B rotates and Rez alone on this A site. He's missed the timing. They've crept out mid. Masuta blinded, somehow wins that fight. And this might have to be a save. Like, you're just so out of position if you're NIP. You've read into the B play and it's not happened. Vitality's cooling is picking up pace.
So because today is, a super day, we got a lot of games going on all around the streams, right? And all these results are impacting each other. I'm going to come in with a bit of an update from the B and C streams. Now, if anyone doesn't want these ruined, this is your time to mute the stream. I'm going to give you now. There you go. You're out of time. Okay. Hopefully you did it. If you didn't, I'm sorry. It's currently FaZe dominated over Ents in the first map, 16-4. Ooh, not even close, baby. And then we got Mouse Sports versus G2. Yeah. That was dominant. 4. Mouse Sports, 16-6 over there. My. And so here, in Vitality versus NIP, we've got the only close game going on.
Yeah, glad we get it.
So we've done well there.
Yeah.
The little Vincey Dusties, they out there, they getting these stomps. But Hugo, we getting this close game. Vitality, NIP, 11-14. And it might have been this huge streak for NIP early on, right? But in these last few rounds, Vitality have started to find their footing. They've started to build back into this game. That is the last thing you wanted if you're NIP. And you want to try and nip this in the bud before it gets out of hand.
Yeah, some great calling coming out of these rounds, like avoiding stacks in the last 3, forcing uncomfortable saves, as Inferno often has. So NIP, they need to talk this through as much as Vitality do. This could have been a closer, this could have been a wash, but instead the Frenchmen hold on. And now they're building a bank as well. Now they have something to fall back on if things don't go to plan. And so 14-11. And it's really heating up a notch.
Oh, big opener for ZywOo. Hampus on the receiving end of that. Rough situation here for NIP. We've just highlighted how, they really want to try and take this momentum back before it gets too late in the game. And now they've lost their IGL early.
Yeah, he has been getting picked to B, right? Like a couple of times, leaving Popsky on his own, and we never really see B stacks until, Vitality fake them out and force NIP to stack B and then hit the A site. Like, it's really good avoidance. Popsky, again, not calling for help. Thinks he can do it all on his own. It's a risk you got to take in a round like this. Does still have a smoke to stall, but going out. All the grenades actually gone from this B-bomb site. And Vitality, at least this stack is kept on A because they're walking right back into it. Nork on the orb, holding the corner. ZywOo, is he going to come back in for another opening kill, another pick? Perhaps.
Oh. They paid the shot out of Nork. Drops the molly, ZTR, that's, yeah, you're dead there, man. There's no recovering that. Ooh. And Rez is followed up onto as well. Nork is still here, and now is the only man who can make a difference. But fully blind, Apex deletes him from the round. And Vitality, they are getting back into this 12-14. It's undeniable now that this is starting to shape up for this Vitality comeback.
And NIP, and that time, you know, they have been like led the wrong way in some of these rounds. That time they read it well. They still have 3 in middle. They have a big crossfire. The AWP shot baited out. You know, ZTR trapped under Balk, just getting spammed from the wide peak. And then Rez, you're thinking like, surely he can at least go 1-for-1 there. And he just gets hard cleared by Vitality coming up short in Boiler. So nothing to fall back on there. Nothing to rely on for NIP. Nork gets 1 kill and then loses the AWP. He still has money, yes, but money has never been the problem here for the Ninjas. They've been buying every single one of these rounds, and they will continue to do so until it might be too late. (12-14). Baby steps, but look at those streaks there. All blue to begin, and now 4 in a row for Vitality.
Yeah, a little pause for NIP. A little chance to try and figure out what's happening, guys. We were winning. It was going so good, you know, we were winning. And now, how on earth has this happened? Apex is just reading us. He's deleting us. ZywOo with that AWP, that annoying ZywOo guy. Masuta. They're not even meant to be playing this map, and he's just wrecking us.
Double pause as well, worth noting. None left if this goes the distance or if it hits overtime.
Oh, look, we got the fisties in.
Is that what they're called?
Don't think anyone calls them that, no.
I heard that.
No.
Probably sweat.
Couple of fisties with the Nip Boys.
Sounds like a drink. All right. Well, it's all come down to this. Map 1, NIP's pick. Dominance at 1 point, but Vitality, second wind in the second half, right at the very end. And it may be a bitter end for NIP if they drop the ball in this one. 14-12, still looking to close. ZywOo's AWP has been good.
Oh, we got the double AWP in play for NIP. Yeah, okay. Is this a potential turning point? Hampus on that secondary AWP. We have seen him deliver some great moments on this secondary AWP. Yeah. I think we've got 2 teams in the server right now with very, very strong double AWP setups.
Even when we had Twist on this team and he was swapped out of primary AWP for Nork, it was typically like Twist primary, Nork secondary. Even when Twist, you know, went back off the AWP role, we even saw on this map Hampus AWP over him without a doubt every time, without fail. Like, and that's because his B AWP is really, really good, just locking down this top banana position. Rarely like going for these audacious car peaks, but settling back here and getting kills is going to be mollied out, can't hang around, and sets up in CT instead. Now they know the AWP's here, but do they know it's 1 of 2?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You hear that AWP ringing out and you're thinking, well, Nork's at B, boys, so let's try and deal with him. But it's not Nork at all. It is Hampus lying in wait. This second AWP is in top middle. Vitality pressuring both sides of the map. Look at how deep Apex has gotten. Oh, the backpack showed on screen for a second there from behind the pillar. Plopsky draws the attention in, and there's the double swing from sight. Vitality now surge back up through A. Nork trying to hold the middle, isn't giving them the room, isn't giving them the time of day. ZywOo and Masuta left to pull this one back, or else it's 15 to NIP. Map point in a series that Vitality need to win. The damage done through the smoke. ZywOo nailing that first shot, but still alive and still causing problems is Nork, who's not giving them an inch of ground over towards A. 15 for NIP. And now 1 away from taking this map.
He's just glad they finally came his way, Harry. He's been getting avoided in the CT side. That's a very unfortunate call for Apex to make. You said he got super deep into B, right? He was pushed all the way through because Hampus was hiding behind the pillar. Apex makes the call like, guys, I'm in B. I see nothing. I'm very deep. Come join me. The bomb, in the meantime, while Rez is dead in mid, the bomb's running to B. Apex then gets peeked by Hampus. Plopsky gets another. And then suddenly the bomb's stuck in no man's land, having to 180 and run back into the padded A site. There was no safety. There was no easy option there for Vitality. misinformation that B was not as defended as it was. Retake utility up B. They're not going to be pushing off this, but they will be dropping the smoke molly combo to clear out the car, either force you forward or back. And RPK goes forward, but he gets flashed at the same time. That's not gone well, but they are blind and no one sees anything, nor anyone.
Everyone was blind. It's basically the point we're trying to drive home here, right? We just big flash, everyone's blind, no one sees anything. But now the real play might look to come through. Look at this, right? Vitality hinging their entire hopes of making this comeback happen. All these rounds that they got, you know, up against 14, now hinge on the back of a B execute. As simple as it gets. They try to break the hold apart, but they can't get past Hampus. He's still alive, still looking to cause problems, and with missed shots coming in, he's gone on a bit of a tear. Shox is now low. Nork is still alive, and alongside him, it's ZTR. Apex, a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and giving that kill over now leaves it on Shoxy with 5 points of health. As good as this guy is in clutches, this is asking a hell of a lot. They don't know where the second man is either. Shox now set up in the pool, needs to be flawless. And there's the first. The follow-up brings Nork down low, and it's Shox with 5 HP to make the 1v2 happen and keep the dream alive for Vitality of a victory on this first map.
Oh, that's a dirty tap there for Shox, and even the damage through the wall as well. He barely sees the orb, and Shox lays it to rest after a very good B hold as well, considering that was a 5-man execute. Nork was gifted a kill, getting back into the retake, but Shox repositions to perfection and reads a double coffins retake setup. 13-15 on the back foot. This is the first eco we've seen from NIP in this half. The first low economy round. They have been buying and buying some more and always had everything they need. Not today. They got to play for round 30. They may have 15, but no guarantee of anything but overtime. Daiwu almost gets given the mid pick. Triple B setup here. NIP trusting in their A hold. You don't really have much choice. You got to gamble one way or the other. They may have read it right for now. 4 players moving up Banana in Vitality's pocket. Not enough utility to sell fakes either. They've got just a couple of smokes left as they throw 2 in. Actually, sorry, they were already thrown out. That's why. And they're going to commit off the first volley as well. Look at this rotate. 4 CTs here. NIP can't afford to win on an eco. That would be horrendous for Vitality. They need to get these kills, but they're so blind. So are the CTs. It's the same case again.
I don't like it. I don't like what's happening. Oh, Vitality all hinges on this. Rez with 1, and Zywoo's keeping it all in favor of Vitality. They dodge the danger well. And now just ZTR. 1v3, while 2 of these players are low, this should still be an impossible round. He splashes himself through, tries to power through these smokes, and now tagging RPK, but he just swings him, nails the shot. 3 for RPK in that round there, 2 for Zywoo. Big stuff from the 2 of them, and now we arrive at 14-15. Overtime or bust for Vitality.
Yeah, you got to be feeling the pressure here if you're NIP as well, right? Even though they have that lock-in of 15, that breathing room at the very least, you do not want Vitality, who are picking up steam, who are showing face in the second half, finally, to get us into OT, because momentum could be their undoing. Especially considering OT's not going to, like, it's not a game where NIP have been, oh, we've been eco all half, we haven't really had the guns. Like, they've had all the opportunities to close this map, and they've been unable to do so. RPK runs through a Molotov, the Orb's in apps, Nork shotgunning up close, but he's only going to get 1. Zywoo trades, and if he wants, there's an AWP there, but he didn't buy one, so you can presume not. Keeping up the pace towards this A site. Was the bomb even spotted? Probably not. Shox was way behind Zywoo. And so it's not like NIP can even fall back into the knowledge that Vitality were trying to take the A site, and probably still will. 2 CTs here. Vitality have struggled to win on A, though. So a 3rd rotate, Hampus moving over. This could be the call that closes the map for NIP.
Yeah, you've got your pieces in the right place and potentially at the right time. Hampus playing around this long smoke has just removed RPK. That now triggers the go button for the rest of Vitality. They spill out of the apartment. Shox is still playing over the top of this smoke, but a man down. We need a hero to emerge down in the pit. Rez is good for another. Oh, this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of control, and Rez goes on a tear to close out this map. 1-0 to NIP. Heartbreak for Vitality.
But this series is just starting, with more maps still to come, more Counter-Strike right around the corner. There is nowhere else that you would rather be than right here, right now.
Next, congratulations on making it to the playoffs with G2. But we should talk about who you're going to be meeting there, because we've already had Heroic, Complexity, Fun plus Phoenix, and we also know ENCE are going to be joining you there as well. What do you think of the competition so far?
I think the whole tournament is like pretty stacked. All the groups are more or less even. There's like chances for every team to make it out. Honestly, it's like all over the place. Like you see ENCE is like surprising all the teams now, playing really well. We saw Fun plus Phoenix also. Fun plus Phoenix like put on a good showing in the first groups. Group C and Group D as well, like a lot of potential for upsets there. There's a lot of question marks on some of the teams. I know a lot of the teams in those groups are actually boot camping here in Serbia, so it'll be very interesting to see if they meet each other. Like I know they're also boot camping like in the same facilities actually, so that would be like a really interesting thing. You know, like playing, basically it's a LAN environment for those teams, you know, like playing against each other just like one room apart. That would be like that's pretty cool. Who I think is gonna make the playoffs? I think ENCE and us, we are through for sure. And then today is the game against NIP and Vitality. So who wins this game basically goes through. Honestly, I think NIP is going to win that game. They've been looking much better than Vitality. Honestly, I think Vitality are going through a really rough period at the moment, and they need to figure out some of the things that's happening, you know, like inside their own house. And for Group C, I would say the obvious favorites are like Navi and Gambit, but Furia, like you never know. I'm sure they're gonna bring some amazing things to this group, and Art is just gonna do our things. And I'm excited to see how Junior will perform with the team. And in the Group D, honestly, Virtus.pro, Astralis, and Liquid. I don't think we will see so much crazy stuff in that one.
Next, thank you so much for sharing your ESL Pro League predictions with me today, and congratulations on making it to the playoffs.
Thank you.
took NIP and the Ninjas a little bit of extra time to close out that series, but they do it nonetheless, getting the first map victory over Team Vitality and getting themselves one step closer to possibly coming out of this group in first place. I'm here, Jason Kappan, joined by Yanko and Pimp to help break this one down. And honestly, a very crazy game, I'd say, off the bat here, Pimp. We saw some individual members from NIP really stepping up when they needed it.
Yeah, we saw some of the players we called out in Nok having a great game. I think CTR had a great first half as well. It was very, I wouldn't say he was proactive, right? Because he was good at reacting to whatever was being thrown in front of him. And NIPs, I felt, were the better team here. Vitality, they lack a bit of individual skill. They lack some firepower. You look at the stats board right here. Sure, stats are stats, and you need to put them into context. But when it comes to a game like Inferno, you need someone to put up big numbers, and no one from Vitality were able to. We talked about it yesterday as well. Saivu, he's always stable. He's always good. This game, we didn't really get to see much from him, but who's supposed to be the secondary star player when it comes to Vitality?
Well, definitely not Apex in the case that we've been talking about here, as we're comparing Apex up against ZTR, and a rough match. But I think for me, Yanko, it was important to see ZTR have like a stable game, because he's going to be calling now on the next two maps here for NIP.
Yeah, just not any, you know, you don't want too many unfortunate rounds to be happening, something that's going to cause frustration. I can get behind that. And also you could tell that Vitality tried to switch it up a little bit. You know, they had a couple of those 4B stars that we've been seeing a bit more from teams. Probably like when they were doing their preparation, they didn't see NIP try to go for too many fast A hits, so they felt like they could get away with it. But even that couldn't bring them like too much success. You feel, considering the start of the first half, they got a respectable number of rounds, but they just couldn't get it done on the T side. You could see that NIP was up 14-8 before they started mounting that little comeback.
Yeah, and Pimp, I mean, we did get to see a little bit of glimpse of Shox. I'd say in the first half, he definitely stepped up and had his moments, but I think if we look at the long term of the entire map, the consistency did wear off in the second half.
Yeah, and to be honest, right, Shox, he even told us they haven't been practicing for 2 weeks coming into this matchup, coming into this tournament in general, and you can just feel that something is off.
I don't get that. Like, I didn't see that. He really said that.
Hey,
what have you been doing?
They didn't touch Counter-Strike at all. They took a break after Katowice.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm so burnt out. It's like February, and we didn't have a break since January. Like, I mean, I understand it's rough. Like, it was rough for us. For me, it was rough, like, when COVID started. But it's like, come on, dude. Like, you know, like, I understand if it's some guy having issues and we, like, we need to take some time off because of someone having personal problems. Like, shit happens, but so what? You know, now you suck, and what are you gonna do now? You would have had, like, 2-3 weeks until the playoffs after this. Like, you could have taken a week off then. Well, enjoy a month off now that you don't make the playoffs, probably.
Well, you know who's not enjoying the time off right now? It's Nok, who had a fantastic game here, Pimp. He put up some big numbers, and importantly for me, he was able to go head-to-head against Zywoo quite a different number of times and come out the victor.
Yeah, he was having a great game. He was being very proactive with the AWP. He was searching a lot. He was good in the 3 versus 3s. He was good to open up the rounds as well. So Nok had a great game. We talked a bit about him coming into this game. He's a player that he's shown glimpses of this before. He's shown that he can be a top player. He's shown that he can be a player that can change the tide of a game. But ever since his break, ever since his sick leave, it's been too much up and down. It's good to see him play well, but before he starts to do this more or less every single game, I don't want to jump on the high train just yet. Yeah, it's good to see once in a while, but you want to see it more than every second or every third game.
Yeah, well, we got to see if they can keep that consistency going, but it does make our attention turn towards how the other matches are going and all the potential outcomes as well.
That's a big graphic.
Yeah, you guys out there, you can pause the stream here, you can screenshot whatever you want to do to see exactly what you want to get from this graph. But what I'm going to tell you is that right now NIP are up 1-0. And for NIP to come out first place in the group, they have to have G2 lose, and they have to win against Vitality. And right now, luckily for them, G2 lost the first map up against Mouse Sports, and they obviously won the first map.
They didn't lose. They got stomped by Mouse. They lost the first half 13-2. But they're going to their map pick now on Mirage. That game just started. Third map is Inferno, so G2 is still in it. FaZe, this is the second map. They won the first map convincingly as well, and they're having a big lead on the T side of Inferno, so this is looking like a 2-0 for FaZe.
So this
I'm
is
calling
rough.
It. This is a 2-0 for FaZe.
So this is rough though for Vitality, because they needed to defeat NIP and FaZe to lose, or FaZe wins, but then they have to have a clean win over NIP at 2-0, which they've already lost the first map. So Vitality have to hope, even if they can bring the series back, that FaZe Clan will lose this series in the end, and hope that ENCE can pull it back here in map 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's not looking likely, is it?
Definitely not. Just, you know, the permutations have not worked out for Vitality in this one. But yeah, I mean, obviously we can't watch 3 games at the same time, so we're not sure what exactly is going on in this game. Why, you know, is FaZe winning so much if they're just playing bit more loose because of the fact that they're already out of playoff contention. ENCE is definitely trying their best, right? I mean, we say it time and time again how much that #1 seed in the group means to you and makes the run easier towards the end of the tournament. But yeah.
Well, so on ENCE's note, they can get first place. Just to remind you guys at home, right? They can get first place if G2 loses and they win. So if they can come back into this map 2 and map 3, they could come out first place.
Would be a hell of a comeback, Jason.
Yeah,
good luck with that.
Can we remind people though what it means to go first place, right? Because if that means you get through into a first place play-in from all the groups, and you either land in the semifinals or the quarterfinals, so you potentially avoid up to 2 extra best of 3s you don't have to play. But we have to continue our best of 3 today. We have to head to a short break. When we come back, we'll be heading over to map 2, which will be Nuke between Ninjas in Pajamas and Team Vitality.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Hey Future Pros, sometimes in CS you just want to get aggressive and take the fight straight to the enemy. I'll use this mid push from Astralis to demonstrate a reasonably good approach to get up in the faces of your foes on Inferno. It really helps if you're keeping track of the T's economy, as doing this against a fully bought T side will have varying results. This strategy requires 3 Future Pros, 2 HEs and an AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be the player who pushes deep into mid. As you make your way to mid, get your HE out and lob it down mid. This makes sure that if anyone does face you, then they will already have taken some damage. Make sure to push along the right side of the wall so you don't get killed by a T holding steps. Tuck yourself into this corner and listen for any noise or calls from your teammates. When Future Pro 3 has made some kind of contact towards T steps, this is your cue to peek out and hopefully get a free kill. After this contact, keep your head on a swivel, as multiple Ts could be about to flood out ult mid or T steps. Future Pro number 2. You will mostly be holding ult mid, but first throw this HE just as Future Pro 1 does. Once you have thrown your HE, it is possible for Ts to be close to you already from ult mid, so be ready for a fight. You can cycle between holding mid and ult mid depending on how the Ts are pushing. Be confident in your aim and quickly process any information you receive. Future Pro number 3, you'll be holding T steps from the top of mid with an AWP. Your role is to relay information to your team and act as support so your fellow Future Pros can't be singled out. And that's it. Going aggressive as a CT is always a risk, but if you and your lads are feeling dominant, this can be a great way to control the flow of a match. It could completely fail as well, and if it does, I don't want to hear anything in the comments. Get some DM in instead and keep improving.
ESL Pro League is brought to you by Gaming Malta, Intel, US Air Force, 1xBet, and DHL.
It's the second map. It's NIP taking on Vitality, and I'm screaming already. So what's going to happen when real Counter-Strike happens? Right now, it's just a title sequence. You don't even get this kind of energy when you're in the game.
Oh, but you will.
Oh, but you will. This is it. This is the energy we're at.
Vitality.
Look
NIP.
at Vitality, man. Look at them sneaking in through the lobby, out to the heart. Oh, but the dual Berettas, Hugo. We love the dual Berettas. Let's see what he can get away with. ZTR bringing out the dualies.
Here they come.
This is it, ZTR. You got your work cut out for you. The dualies are in with the first, but that is it. Cut down after that. ZywOo and Masuta make quick work out of this A bomb site, and the rotations have got to come through for NIP. A pretty grisly main smoke dropped, but up on top of main, there's another man trying to hold down the line. Shox locked in a fight outside, gets tapped by Nork, and so in the blink of an eye, the vent rotate and the outside rotate have found a killer piece. Masuta and ZywOo, the two players that opened this round up, now have to get it over the line as well. Just ZywOo, as he's left in the clutch, wrapping around the silo, dancing on the boxes, but Plopsky is there from the heavens above to lock in that round for NIP.
Yeah, lovely little retake from a man down as well, right? Like CTR, 1-for-1 on the dualies. I'd say that's fine. I'm yet to see anyone get a multi-kill since Keto. And so I don't know if I rep them, but hey.
Yeah, but shout out Keto one time.
Remember that one round like 6 months ago? Woo-hoo, that was good, but never again.
Suddenly dualies were like a lot more prominent after that, and like everyone very quickly realized like, these actually are not very good.
No. But yeah, pressure's on for ZTR here. I mean, starting on the CT side is nice, right? Like, we know he's going to be calling. I'm sure Hampus has, stuff to say as well. And I imagine it'll be a team effort. But on the CT side, it's going to be a lot more easy. You know your rotates. You know what you should be doing, your protocols when certain positions are lost. And so as long as that is kept up to date, then it should be no problem for NIP. So I was smoking main. Rest of his team running amok outside. They're going to cross down towards B. There's already a rotate here from the vent side. Going back up is Hampus, though, as Util blankets A. That actually cancels him out on B. They spot him, and they run right by. Bye-bye, Hampus. We're going to get the plant in now. Hope you don't mind. And he does. He's here with a vengeance.
Oh, he swings the door, and he's just fighting them with the MP9. Only good for the first kill. A lot of damage to his old mate Apex there, but we'll get finished off thanks to Plopsky. Masuta can't tap them down with the tech. Here's the wrap from Shox that has nailed the first, and ZywOo dropping through the vent in the meantime. The bomb is not planted for him, and that MP9 needs reloading if my memory serves me right. So he's out of action just for a moment. Shoxy is the man that has the round in the palm of his hands. They tap the bomb in with the peak. So much damage, but neither kill comes of it. Shox needs to just land one bullet, and Rez taps him out with the USP. That is brutal. Look at how low he got both of those players, but he can't get it over the line. You thought Shox had that in the bag. That looked like a round made for him.
I have no answers. No idea. Oh, dearie me. That should have been Shox's. Unfortunate stuff. The Tech 9, it gives and it takes. And today it gives NIP a round 2-0, and we got the bye, though. Vitality won't wait long for it. AK's moving outside fast again with those smokes. This time we see players go around the smokes to fight into this A site. Nork, though, he has the cross with the AUG and scoped up, ready and waiting. They're actually going to walk close into him. He might not be ready for how quick they're here. Or the barrel gives it away. Nork gets a warning, and he's going to try and spray them down. 2 kills with the bomb loose. That's a good hold for Nork. Still Vitality own outside control. It's important not to feed them the picks here to give them more room to move. And so Rez repositions and takes this pixel angle, tagging our BK. and doing a little bit more. Plopsky even finishes Masuta in Garage, and they don't even need to really fight at this point, but they're going to peak together, and it shows great results. 2 for Plopsky, 1 for Rez, and a 3rd round for NIP. Don't think Vitality were expecting to just get crunched on there outside, but I admire the resilience. And yeah, 2 from the back garage position, that's definitely more than you need, really. So 3-0, and another eco for Vitality as NIP desperately look for this 2-0. Deegs ahoy.
Oh, the smoke in the door gives Hampus a false sense of security. He went to cross, and just before that smoke blooms, there's the peek from Apex that opens up the round now for Vitality. Loses out immediately after. These Deagles hoping to find some return on investment. Ooh, and if you can keep the shots raining in like that, Masuta, you shouldn't be hard-pressed. But there's that org rotating in. Gets a handle back on outside. Shox and Zywoo down through lower, down through secret they go in towards the B site, but the rotations are already here from Nib. They've got 2 players at ramp, primed and ready to just clamp down on this B play. They lose Zywoo, Shox gets the bomb plant, right? That's a little victory in and of itself, and he's not able to take it any further than that. The defuse is in, 1 extra kill to go on the tally, but it's still NIP up to 4.
Yeah, really good stuff right now. A little worrying, but I'm not going to let a slow start, make me too nervous for Vitality. They were getting absolutely shredded on the T side of Inferno with 7 or so straight rounds for NIP until they finally woke up and almost made that game happen. You got to wonder, if it didn't take them so long, it surely should have been theirs. But this is their map pick as well, so hoping for a little bit more depth on the T side today. I expect to see it. Although one problem is Nork, man. This guy is a filthy AWP player. He was 6-0 in opening duels in that last map. He was besting Zywoo, 3-1 in AWP kills, 5-2 in kills in general. So Zywoo's work is cut out for him. We just saw him the other day get beaten by Alu. And a lot of those head-to-heads as well. Ents managed to take a 2-0 against Vitality. Definitely been the dark horse of this group. NIP looking for a similar result. Smokes outside for the Frenchman. They're going to move out with them. Plopsky re-aggressing. They gave up yard early. Nork has swapped sides with him on the ramp. Hampus is here the whole time, and they do sort of check him, but not convinced. He gets away with one, and plenty more info. The Vitality have numbers outside.
Plopsky's trying to go through this smoke. Oh, decided whether or not he wants to go for it, and he will opt not to. While this has happened, Apex has crossed around him. Now, Plopsky could hit a timing, but likewise, so could Apex. There's Plopsky nailing his opportunity. For the other 3 players, it's back into lobby, hoping that Zywoo's AWP can remove someone from the round and accelerate an A play here. Nothing being given over to him yet, so it might fall to these rifles to make first contact. Behind this vent is Rez, and up on the rafters to draw the attention away is ZTR, but they've dropped down. They hit B. They've bypassed this 3-man hold. A missed shot out of Nork has given some room over. Now Zywoo's posted up on the angle. A bomb plant's coming in, and Vitality are given a lot of time to get comfortable in this 3-on-4. They send 2 over towards ramp, but the bomb is not planted for them. Hopefully this doesn't come back to hurt Vitality. If Zywoo falls, no one else has a say in this bomb. He's only good for the one. Masuta's having to come back from ramp, and that round falls apart.
Yeah, they put a lot of onus on trying to chase down that AWP, right? Like, get a Nork out of the round. We know he's trapped to ramp. We know he's alone. But as you say, very dangerous bomb plant to be playing for that position. Masuta had to just immediately swing and take the fight to Rez, because if he crosses, he can just stick the defuse. Also worth noting, we saw a lot of these kind of rounds for Vitality in the Ents game, where they would use those smokes, they would get Shox into garage, then they would reset, go back to lobby, and let Shox lurk heaven or come in late in main and split this A site. That was what Vitality wanted to do in that round, but they lose Shox outside up close to Hampus, and Apex had to do his role instead. And after losing Apex, cleared out by Plopsky in garage, Vitality just desperate hit B. It was a round that really wasn't what they wanted from the get-go. in terms of not having the right players alive or even in the right positions, but they made the best of a bad situation in getting a B bomb plant. It's enabled this buy, and they're doing the pistol all over again. Nades on the roof and a rush through the hut into that A site. It's going to get messy. Rez with a double dropping in. Zywoo shooting up, and Rez is already in his face. RPK trades, but up the vent is Hampus here to play. He's not needed. Nort gets a shot off with the AWP, and NIP 6-0 right now. A dominant CT side on Nuke. And Vitality yet to answer.
Scary, scary times for Vitality, but a great, great game out of NIP right now. You know, things are looking good for these guys. We're getting a hell of a performance out of a few key individuals, but it just feels like, actually, I say a few key individuals, it feels like everyone's had a moment in this game so far where like they've had to step up and they deliver on that. Really looking like they're not feeling the pressure, they're believing in this victory, and at a 6-0 scoreline, it's looking good for that. Hampus crossing into Secret. They haven't had to contend with this yet on the side of Vitality. There's a flash getting lined up for his peak. That's Nork looking to throw it from CT. It pops now. There's the peak from Hampus, but only one kill. Rez also going through those outside smokes, gets dealt with. And so finally, Vitality have got a man advantage, a 4-on-3. The NIP are not able to contest.
Yeah, they seem ready for that flash as well. I don't know if they caught Hampus, watched him go on the cross. The only way they could have done that is that glaive smoke he threw on Red actually had a bit of a gap. It bounced quite heavily, so they might have actually seen him crossing Secret there. They seem very aware, even with a flash in their face. 2 kills for 1. It's a great trade. Plopsky watching for this hell wrap, right, knowing the tendencies of Vitality, but they're just going to take the room they've been given and try and trade their way to the B bomb site. Plopsky sees nothing on the spot. RPK is waiting for a rotate out of main down Secret. Plopsky has dropped on the ramp. It's a good call for NIP to put numbers on B, and ZTR isn't watching. He's waiting for them to come his way.
Oh, yeah, but seeing the head, Shox takes it off. And Plopsky is dismantled right away. Vitality, they break the curse. It's similar to back on Inferno, right? A huge streak early on for NIP, and now we have the response for Vitality. This is where you're hoping they can chain together a couple of rounds, build back up into this game. The buy, as long as Nort gets away with this AWP, is still coming in for NIP in this next round, right? He's going to get a nice little cash injection at the end of this. He can drop 2 rifles into play. Hampus can buy himself. And, you know, suddenly you've got like 4 weapons in this round, so that's all right. Still, recipe is there for Vitality to get back into this one. You know, while you have a buy next, money's gone after that. And so that is how Vitality get back into this game. They're even hunting down the AWP right at the end. Nork wants to stay alive. They're pressuring him. And with that shot missing, he is now gone. And suddenly the idea of buying, I don't know. You could go for it, right? Like, Nork's got a lot of extra money. You could divvy this up some kind of way where you end up with like 3 rifles still.
Yeah, he's dropped 2 M4s and Hampus bought the AWP instead. That's a good trade for NIP.
But you are still feeling the effects of losing that AWP in a very big way, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have a buy here. It's not perfect. It's pretty ugly.
But if you win it, right, it's a risk you're taking. If you win it, you bite back, you immediately respond on Vitality's first 1 round, and you can start to build and keep streaking on this CT side. It's worth the risk. That much is clear, but are they gonna put their money where their mouth is? Apex climbing up. If Hampus gets aggressive in this position, he will be spotted, but he hears the shots from Silo, so knows not to do that. NIP holding back. And wise of them to do so. Vitality were very ready for any kind of aggression on what would be a low economy round, right? Pushing into the lobby. Not going to be allowed, not even going to be considered. And late smokes outside is the game plan for Vitality. This is often what their rounds divulge into. Util coming out, Hampus watching for the red cross. He's dropped the first. Zywoo not going to be able to trade. Hampus not giving him the satisfaction, and he even gets a dig. That's beautiful for Hampus. He falls out very happy indeed, chuckling his way to B, and Vitality will avoid him by taking the garage. If they run, Hampus hears it, and I think the call is made. I've heard them push past. So Apex has. And again, Shox, who is often tasked with this exact role, is dead. So it's up to Apex to fill the void. And he's got the bomb as well. Doesn't want to lose it to the AWP here. That could be the round said and done.
Oh, yeah, missed flick, but a lot of information right on the back of that spot. 4-on-4, Vitality.
up against this kind of mishmash buy. They're hoping to find success on the back of an A play, but a lot of bodies inside of this bomb site for NIP. Rez, does he want to go through? The bomb has to get in, and they're looking to deny it on the side of NIP. With those kills, the round is locked in. Rez with the swing, plays it and times it to perfection. As that bomb starts to get planted, he swings out. There's no time to recover it. If he didn't get both players there, I think there was still time for a bomb plant. So a huge round out of Rez.
Look at ZywOo, man. He's holding the smoke. The second he looks away, right there is when Rez comes through. Rez waited so long for that opportunity. ZywOo had the cover. That should have just been a kill and the bomb plant, and then Nork left to save. But no, not today. Oh, it's devastating for Vitality. Felt like they just got there in time. Nork now with the orb. If they jump, they're dead. Oh, they crossed their dead through the smoke, 2 for 1, getting the tag to Masuta and the bomb, which will make it down to B safely with no information. Nork doesn't see them. He only sees one smoke. The call might not be there. Is Hampus ready for a fight this fast? Yes, he gets one, finishing the job done by the orb. But the bomb's spotted down in B now, and NIP throwing bodies at the problem. Shox hears the drop, and he waits on the lurk. He doesn't want to give it up too early. And now hearing Nork rotate down, give Shox a chance to pounce.
Oh, the molly burns Nork down very, very low. He's still having to worry about ramp as well. This isn't a clean-cut round for NIP, and they're learning that the hard way. The Deagle Oplopski might have just saved them, though. Dealing with ZywOo, dropping the bomb, now upgraded onto an AK. Apex will retrieve it, now looking to get it planted. Shox is still a long way away. He's lurking back through the lobby, going towards Vent to try and drop into this B site, but Apex is getting surrounded. He is all alone, hung out to dry, and dealt with by this UMP. Shox makes noise dropping in the vent. Now they should be aware. Doesn't look like they are aware. And they heard it. Rez keeping an eye on this, but someone's got to get on that bomb soon. You don't want to give Shox more time than needed. He's got another attempt at a clutch here. Last one on B didn't go his way, but this time around, it's close. Not over the line, though. The defuse is in. It's going to be close. I think he's got it. I think he's got it. 8 to 1 is on the board. Nice and easy, like we all expected.
There was a kitten door as well, but, you know, he knew he had it. CTR, big brain on the shoulders. The young gun at the helm of NIP right now. And winning a must-had clutch to... Yeah, that vent drop was very loud. It felt like NIP should have cottoned on. They were still checking spots. I think maybe the call made like, I think I heard him vent. And so at least Rez went to look, but not everyone, just in case it was misinfo. And yeah, okay, nice try for Shox. 2 kills there, 3 in the round, but he is traded. And so the heartbreak of Vitality again on this T side. The bomb plant has provided them with more to work with, but back-to-back rounds for NIP since Vitality found their first. If anything, like Vitality are going to have more money here than the Ninjas, who have been losing lots of players in the rounds that they win. Coming down to clutches, coming down to players surviving due to the clock. So that's expensive.
I'm going to give you a bit of an update once again from all the streams that are going on right now. So if you don't want spoilers, now's the time to mute. You get a lot less time this time because it's a live round. So pick up the pace. There you go. You should be muted. FaZe just 2-0'd Ent, 16-3 on the second map. And then Mouse Sports up 6-5 over G2. It's pretty exciting stuff going on right now. FaZe with a dominant victory. What the hell? NIP also dominant in this second map? I don't know, man. There's too much going on.
Alsports maybe winning their first series? That's as well another idea. Crazy stuff. And yeah, like a 2-0 at this point is what NIP are gunning for in this competition. If they want to guarantee that spot, it's going to feel nice.
Nork holding on, rewarded for his patience, and not a trade in sight from Vitality. I really like what we're getting out of NIP. Never afraid to take these kind of, you know, minute risks, right? You're facing in Hut. That could have given a kill away, but you got faith in Nork, you got faith in that AWP, and it provides another attempt at the vent drop. Hampus has missed both these timings, very unfortunate. Does have the double doors open to swing into the site, and will deal with Masuta. ZywOo alone in B is fast wrapped by ZTR, and the other 2 players of Vitality never even down the vent, now having to rotate in to a bomb site that NIP have fully rotated onto. All with the exception of Plopski, but he's just coming in late from Secret, right? That could also be an extra element that Shox has to consider that maybe he isn't right now.
They are holding the vent, almost like they don't know he's here, but it doesn't matter. ZTR has still overwhelmed him.
Yeah, I just love how suffocating this is for NIP, right? Like, they're foaming at the mouth for some of these kills. The rounds that we see them collapse outside when Vitality don't smoke. We have 3 or 4 players facing Yard to kill these players before they cross or get control towards Hell. There, Hampus already B gets one, shuts the door in their face, and then as ZywOo tries to wallbang, he gets hunted from vents. No time to even fire off his second AWP shot. No room given to Vitality, no respect. And why would you stop this now? 9-1, double ramp setup. They've read it well. It's the first time we've seen Vitality charge, and they're getting absolutely shredded once again. Apex dead in the water, and it's a 10-1 lead to NIP. No prisoners. No survivors. And no problem.
Yeah, I'm kind of like lost for words. Like, this is great from NIP, but also like what's happening with Vitality? Don't get me wrong, NIP are playing great, like lights out CS, very, very suffocating. I think that's a very good word to describe it, right? They're always making you feel like they're challenging your map control, they're pushing and prodding, and taking key kills and key areas away with it. But regardless, like, this is not the kind of scoreline you expect out of a Vitality game. Hampus now in a different position again. A lot of tricks up his sleeve outside. Never even needed. Rez has just deleted 2 on that peak. The spray transfer to find them. The flashes keep coming. There's more where that came from as well, as Hampus now makes his presence known. And in the blink of an eye, this round is left to RPK, who's been wrapped through the lobby.
Want to know the saddest part about all of that? There's 3 different rounds in this game where Apex has gone top silo and spammed that corner that Hampus played in, that little garage cubby. He shoots it just to make sure no one's going to swing out there off the flash. They've done that round after round. Hampus has never played there. Boom. First round, Vitality charge Yard with no one on silo. Hampus is there, flashed out, looking for fights. And again, NIP, they don't even let Vitality cross or get that map control or go B. They just kill them where they stand.
Back to pistols, Vitality, the grim realization that this is not looking good for a victory whatsoever. They needed a 2-0, and they might get dealt one here by NIP. Sure, you made Inferno close, but here on the map pick of Vitality, it couldn't get more one-sided.
NIP are trying to make it so.
That's where someone's going to... It could have got more one-sided. It could have been 12-0. Yeah, well, that's a pretty valid point, actually.
Yeah.
And you're right to point that out.
Technically the truth. But late smokes, it's the bread and the butter of Vitality. But NIP don't really care whether there are smokes or not. Their B rotates have been very good as well, even with lurkers coming through in the form of Shox. When he's been allowed, I hope Shox gets to play into this round. In so many positions, he's been killed early by Hampus aggressing in Yard. So everyone doing it silently here for Vitality, sneaking down B. Shh, don't tell anyone. NIP have no idea. But they are considering it. Plopsky coming in off ramp. Now the running begins here. The time is ticking. Plopsky is here to play for retake. If he can get any kills before that plant comes in, that's going to be a nice relief. The bomb has to cross past him as well. So smoke or flash, anything is going to be needed to get him off this angle. Smoke on the other side, and Plopsky can kill ZywOo before he plants.
Oh, there's another smoke, right? That's a big smoke to come in. Lets this bomb get across, and now looking to get planted with very little time left. It comes in. Vitality set up in the 5v5. They turn it into a 5-on-4. The Tech-9 of Apex charges Rez down. Out through ramp come the remaining 3 for NIP. And while they have dealt with the first, there are a lot more bodies left to quell. Plopsky doubling down, but from above, they drop onto the last man. And it's Plopsky fighting to the last breath as he grabs that defuse. NIP up to 12, and the double drop. Fun don't stop down in that B bomb site, man.
Oh dear, the suffocation continues. Choked out and slammed on the ground. Vitality right now inside of B.
Mate, that round as well, like, because it was so,
three.
that wasn't like suffocation in the sense, they're like just wringing his neck out. That's like a Vitality sleeping in bed and NIP putting the pillow of the Vitality. Right?
Oh, on the B bomb site, no one can hear you scream. One of the bodies got thrown into the water as well, under the map, sinking. Oh my goodness, 12-1. Is there any hope? That was a 5-on-3 for Vitality. They should have had that one in the bag, but NIP, again, criminals right now. Apex is wrapped Hampus. The molly actually provides him a bit of room there, and he's going to get the opener dead to the orb through the smoke, and Masuta takes the space on ramp with the bomb. They're going to drop quick as well. There's no rotator yet, and actually the main position of rotation that NIP have been using has been the ramp, so that has been cordoned off for now. Red tape everywhere. Flash out the door, but ZTR is going to wait for his team before he commits to this retake. And this is, okay, again, I hesitate saying this is the best chance Vitality have had it around. It should have been the last one, but surely this can be a little bit better.
Yeah, it certainly should, right? Like looking at where people are set up, looking at the angles NIP have, but there's no accounting for individual brilliance. And that's what NIP is showing up in spades with when it comes to these retakes. They got to move quickly, but the kills are coming in, and it's all left onto Shox again. Another clutch needed, trying to hold down ramp. And Shox is the guy you would want here, but tapped out by ZTR, who's absolutely dominating Vitality. The defuse, it's going to be close, but it's 13 on the board for NIP. They leave it to the last possible second. And Vitality, this is about to be an incredibly dominant defeat.
It's about to be. I think it's already feeling like that.
Yeah,
it's not over till it's over, but oh my goodness.
It's not over till it's over, but sometimes it's already over.
Yeah,
and this could be one of those games.
Yeah, what else?
Not much insinuating it's going to go the other way. Well, hang on a second.
You're around early.
Yeah,
mate.
I mean, look, we're like bringing in the victory music. 13-1. 13-1. First half ain't even over yet.
Oh, there's no survivors.
And the sound guy's like, yeah, just play it out.
Get him out of here.
Go to commercials. Make that money. Hit the button.
No.
Oh, Rez through the smoke. ZywOo out of the round. The man that often can make the impossible happen. The one who maybe could have put 2 on the board to save themselves from embarrassment. But no, NIP, they want all the marbles.
Plopsky's pushed his own smoke on ramp. They have no clue. They got to go back for the bomb. And Plopsky, if he just waits in this position, he will get rewarded. He will get given kills. And this is the last thing they're expecting. CTR's even pushed through. They check him at least, but no kill. And now Plopsky hides his res to get the kill from the A site. And one by one, Vitality fall into a mushy paste. Hampus misses that one. But it's not going to be a matter. It's not going to be a worry for NIP, who have a 5-on-2 to close the half. The AWP fires off, and Apex is all that stands.
And he's a dead man walking. ZTR there to reap the reward right at the end. NIP, insanely dominant, 14-1. Yeah. Looking to make the 2-0 happen. And now we've got that musical cue right when we need it, as we throw this one over to a quick break. And then the domination restarts all over again.
Hey Future Pros! Today I wanted to show you another method to take outside and find picks on the T side of Nuke. This execute will obstruct a lot of vision from the CTs and possibly force a warehouse player out into the open for a fairly easy pick. For this execute, you will need 4 Future Pros along with 3 smokes, 2 mollies and 2 HEs. Future Pro 1, you'll be throwing the bottom hell window smoke. To throw this smoke, hop into this corner. Aim at the top of this pipe vent and slightly to the right of the line. Run forward and jumping through the smoke as you get close to the wall in front. Save your molly as you can use this to block off secret as you spend more time outside. Future Pro number 2, you only have a warehouse smoke to throw, so don't mess it up. To throw the warehouse smoke, look into the center of this wall. Aim at the bracket on the silo, then jump throw the smoke. After this, head into lobby and hold off any pushes. Future Pro number 3, you'll be throwing the A main smoke, mollying secret, and saving a HE for CT red. To throw your smoke, position yourself so half of this vent is cut off by the wall. Aim to the top of the cables, run forward and throw the smoke just before hitting the box. Then clear some close angles and hop onto this box. From here you can throw a molly to cover secret and hold the push. If you feel like it, throw your HE to CT red with Future Pro 4. Future Pro number 4, you'll be throwing the CT red molly along with a HE. To throw your molly, wait for the warehouse smoke to bloom, then make your way into this gap. Aim at the lower corner of the garage door and jump throw the molly. This will land behind CT red and possibly cause a counter-terrorist to rotate back towards the ladder area. After this, running throw your HE behind CT red as you could get some chip damage on the rotating player. Then have Future Pro 1 boost you behind T-Red, and if you're quick enough, you should be able to catch any CT trying to get up from warehouse to ladder. And that's about it. This execute is a nice way to find a pick outside. If you have confidence in your aim, I have no doubt you should be able to catch CT player out.
You mean to tell me you guys just sat through a break and then this second half is going to be shorter than that whole time period? Man, you guys are crazy. 14-1, NIP, just a matter of rounds away from getting it done. Vitality with 1 round. And that's all there is to say about that.
Sad state of affairs here for the Frenchman. But NIP sweeping through this group and looking good while they do it. Rez with the raid boss, P2 armored up. Hampus tapping with a Glock as well. Apex, plenty of ammo to throw down range, but no brain.
Yikes, dog.
Hampus one taps him out. Now they can split A, get into main. Through the smoke they go. Hampus walking in. Rez does get domed outside, but they're still going to commit to this one. The flank is in. They know about it, but they still want to look forward before they look back. Instead, Hampus attacks, and he gets 4. Looking for an ace now. It's Nork trying to close the round. Hampus might have to instead, and there it is. An ace for Hampus, taking 15, whether Vitality like it or not.
Yeah, man. Well, now we've arrived at our conclusion to this series.
Ooh.
It's an ace to get NIP there. And really, you know, credit to them. They have been the better team in this series through and through, as demonstrated very nicely.
I mean, this has been some of the best T-side calling we've ever seen from ZTR.
Yeah,
Just
right.
2 rounds, close the game, simple as that.
I mean, that's the whole thing, right? For ZTR, he's like, look, if I just nail the first half, I don't even have to do anything in the second. Yeah, mate, now we've just given it to anyone. It's just like a bit of a free-for-all, really, as to who's having their input now.
Jokes aside, though, definitely had some really good rotates and great patience on the first half when needed, right? On those retakes, they won so many man disadvantaged positions. It was uncanny. So, yeah, like, you know, while you may not be as heavy-handed on the calling in that CT half, you're definitely still coming in with key information, key calls. And so, yeah, a lot of credit to the young gun at ZTR. But right now, we might not get to see what he's got to show us, as this could be over before we know it. Pulling out all the stops, smokes outside, and Apex can do nothing but respect them.
Oh, Hampus is even peeking ahead. Trying to fight Apex back in CT. If you're NIP, you just want to win this round, right? This is the easiest round you're going to get in the entirety of this game. And you don't want to let Vitality pick up any kind of steam and ever worry, you know? Like, now you're in a 4-on-4. You want to seize this moment. You want to seize the gap in the B plate. ZTR caught with nades in his hands by Shoxy and turning back into the site. Shox digs down another. This was exactly what you didn't want if you're NIP. Back into the A bomb site. Hampus gave us an ace in the pistol. Well, now we're asking for 4. Plopsky will get the bomb planted, and Hampus is waiting for secret rotations, trying to thin out these players before they get into the site, before it becomes a problem. And there's a freebie for Hampus. Now the outside player trying to fixate on him. He loses Plopsky back in the site, so Hampus has got no choice but to fight for this control, to fight for the round. And while he does nail the first shot, the defuse is in for Vitality.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was, well, safe to say a necessity. It's just up against such insurmountable odds. You know, NIP might just even continue rebuying to close it. They could eco and get a full gun round in the next, but you could definitely throw in a fast pistol force, get Tech 9s out A, go for a quick ramp. You've got all the room in the world to work with it. But instead, looking like they just want to eco. And fair enough, right? Like, you have faith in your gun rounds. You know, Vitality are full bought here and in the follow-up no matter what, so... Yeah, just pistols in 1D around a bunch of Glocks. This is a surprising call to see. But one that really doesn't make too much difference in the grand scheme of things. Now this, safe to say, is an impossible round, and I feel a lot more confident now that the Deagle is out of the fray. So we're flashing his teammate from Secret. Apex comes up with a double, dropping another, and this should be Apex's round through and through. Feels good, but in the middle of a mess of Vitality, where are their heads at right now? 15-3. And killing Glocks like that only reaffirms, like, uh-oh, they're coming in with a gun round now. Like, if you're Vitality, you're hoping that NIP get ahead of themselves, start forcing, start, you know, breaking their own money. But that's not the case.
Yeah, that round, man. You know, it's like a short spell of rain and a never-ending drought for Vitality. I need a downpour. Nasuta playing with fire. Playing with smokes, rather. Can't have one without the other. RPK up close with the auto shotgun. Late smokes for NIP by the looks of things as they go back towards T-Spawn. Masuta wins that initial engagement, and now while the outside smokes go in, Apex is primed and ready to have a bit of a say in how this round shapes up. ZywOo is lining up this pop flash for him. I think the difference here, last time we saw the flash attempted for NIP, it felt like it went a lot higher, so it gave you more time to dodge it. ZywOo's looked like it was a much lower trajectory, but instead, the flash isn't used, and they just get churned up. Oh, actually, it was. It pops over the top there.
Yeah, went in early. Apex didn't peek with it. He hesitated. He held off and hoped that they wouldn't check him. He gets 1-for-1, and ZywOo does the same, so works out pretty well. Those B rotates are in, and yeah, ZywOo spammed the smoke as they were crossing to Apex. Certainly helped him with that hold. Didn't matter, though. They clean it up. And 4 found, 4 Vitality. Slow and steady wins the race, but... NIP, it already feels like they're past the finish line.
Yeah, and you know, that can be a team's downfall. Like,
sure.
Let's be real. I don't think anyone is sat here like, oh my god, NIP, are they really about to lose this? You know, it's 15-4. Like, there's still a huge deal of rounds there and gameplay that has to come in before Vitality are even close to clinging back on. But it's, well, hang on a second. Let's know. Okay, Apex is all good. He gets it back. Of course, why didn't I believe in this guy, man? Why didn't I believe in Apex from main? Gets it all back under control. As I was saying, you know, the one thing that can be your undoing in situations like this, we've seen it happen before. We have seen times like this before where it feels like one team's already won. You've only got to get one round. I mean, you know, we've already got 15 of them. So by that kind of comparison, it should be easy. And then that round never comes. Then that one round that you're so desperately fighting for never arrives on the scoreboard. And suddenly you're left thinking to yourself, well, how have we managed this? How aren't we just able to get 5 kills and close this game? Meanwhile, Vitality, you know, hopefully they start to believe more. They start to grind their way back in and they go, well, hey, look, did we do all this to just get 10 rounds and then lose? No, we did this to win, to make the comeback happen. Yeah. So you can feel those scales of momentum tip back the other way. We're not yet there yet. They can sneak up on you pretty quickly. The outside smokes are in. This time, it's an opening kill for NIP. ZywOo reclaims that and puts us back into a 4-on-4. A big trade, or an equalizer, rather, outside. Now the ramp room split coming in. They lose Hampus back in lobby. The numbers dwindling again for NIP. The elusive Shoxy getting out of the ramp room. Lives to fight in the B bomb site. They need the opener, and there's Apex removed, but Shox is still here, and he's not going quietly. It's left to Nork in the 1v2. Bomb looking to get planted, but the rotations are already here.
He found a smoke, dropping it to enable a plant. He knows one's behind the door, but they swing it wide open, and that should be info, right? Shots as a molly is thrown. That's now Nork knowing where they're coming from. And he has time before that smoke fades, reposition, get behind the boxes, tuck back in the dark room, waiting for them to discount this position. They don't have util to get him out, only flashbangs to flush. Nork waiting for the kill. He's not giving them room. He wants to fight straight away. He wants to close, and he will. 16-5. Nork does it on his own. 1v3 to find the map. He found a clutch of the same caliber back on Inferno, and he'll do it here to close out the series. 2-0 for NIP. Vitality made mincemeat in this series.
Would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away?
They don't fall out. I've got a trapper for every subject, and the trapper keeper holds them all.
Neat.
Really neat. With this Velcro close.
0.9% financing, the lowest ever from Ford. 1.9 on the #1 cars in the Northwest. 1.9 on Ford Escort. 1.9 on Tempo. Even 1.9 on the new 1988 Festiva. 1.9% or cash back. Get the lowest financing ever on the highest.
On, my hoodie's right. Break the door, give me side eyes. Are you feeling yours? Cause I'm feeling mine. Slide back to the future, got my own time. It's sniffing dope to feel right. Got my own high, don't need no lies. Sneaky bitches never ever act with so nice. Alright. You can tell me again. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my hand. Can you see in the back yet? You can tell me again. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my hand. Can you see in the back yet? Alright, hot damn. Not worrying about man's got a plan. It's not really about the dough, got a time frame. Matter of fact, about to blow up the Hall of Fame. So good, hell, I'm all fine. Got a sweet little ooh, and it's all mine. My shoe games, class high, hear it all the time. You can tell me again. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my hand. I'ma go get 'em. No time looking back, every day gotta do better. I'ma go get 'em. Blow the roof off for a really want to see, now go tell 'em. About to touch the sky, no helmet. Preparing myself on top, no weapons. On my own, I stop caring, cause they keep telling me. You can tell me again. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my hand. Can you see in the back yet? You can tell me again.
Can honestly say I don't think we expected to be coming up back to the desk this quickly as NIP take a landslide victory up against Vitality and secure themselves that place it into top 3, which now unfortunately means Vitality will not be advancing through into the playoffs. Now beyond this, obviously we have to keep in mind that G2 is still currently playing at the moment, and if G2 wins, G2 will come out first place, but if they lose, NIP will have secured themselves first place out of groups and go into the play-in against the other first place teams, determining who goes straight to the semis and who has to play in the quarterfinals. But what a great game. Honestly, off the bat, Pimp, NIP, 14-1 first half. That was brilliant.
They were the better team. I don't think there can be any doubt about that. I think they were playing a good game. Nork had a great game again. Hampus again showing up. We saw him yesterday. He's the, I guess, joint in-game leader now with CTR, and he's stepping up individually speaking. I think it might NIP right here where we're playing some solid Counter-Strike. Also clear to see the Vitality right now in a bit of a, I wouldn't call it a crisis just yet, but, you know, a struggle-some period when it comes to the Counter-Strike they produce on the server. It's not looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you look at how that game started for Vitality as well. Obviously, a lot of things going right when you lose 14-1. But first is the shocks like second round where, you know, you felt like he could have had that one. That would have given definitely a great amount of momentum to Vitality, resetting NIP's economy early on, but it didn't. NIP just kept rolling, and they're really good. Just that timed aggression on the CT side, yard control, information plays, Plopsky also knowing when to leave ramp, help outside, right? Super aware of what the opponents are doing, and they were just one step ahead of Vitality the whole time.
Yeah, one step ahead indeed, and luckily for us, we do have Threat, the coach, could be joining us here on the show to talk about their victory and, of course, about their performance overall. They'll be coming up in just a few minutes' time. He's got to get ready. He's got to look good for it, like we're all looking good here on the desk. But I'm kind of sad, though, for Vitality, to be honest. I mean, number 3 ranking.
I don't care.
Yeah, no.
I don't care who wins, who loses.
Really?
They're all just teams now. That's the great
But they're
part
like
about
the number
not being
3. They were the highest ranked team in the groups. I mean, you got Zywoo, you got Shox.
Yeah, well, that's life, Jason. For a while, you're at the top of what you do, right? Then you change things up. Then you fall down. You know, life is full of ups and downs.
Well, they didn't deserve it at all, right? They weren't playing a Counter-Strike that I want to see again anyway, so it's good.
They're not playing good. But I don't want them in the playoffs. Get that IP in there. They're exciting, right?
Yeah.
Now they can have a couple of weeks to rest.
Yeah. Well, speaking of exciting, right? You actually wanted to talk about a certain play in round 8, I believe, with Rez. Do you want to?
Yeah,
talk
I mean,
about it for us?
this is just encapsulates Vitality's game, right? So it's a reset round. Vitality just won. It was 6-0, 6-1. This is a very important round for Vitality to win. You can see Zywoo is holding the smoke. He knows it. It's Zywoo. He knows everything. He's the chosen one. The game. And then he turns and Rez pushes, kills the planner, wins the round. There's no more time anymore. Zywoo trades just a bit later. And that's it. That's just like, sometimes it's just not meant to be. Like, everything, you try everything. You make a good read. An opponent, you know, an individual makes a play. You know, you try something different. They just blind stack something for no reason and you ran into a stack. So it's just like, it wasn't Vitality's game and it wasn't their tournament as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them, but fortunate for us now that we now have Threat to join us here. I talked about him a little bit earlier on. He's going to be joining us. Now let's get him on the screen and start to talk about him and, of course, about NIP and, honestly, the stellar performance they've been able to put on when it comes to the group. So, Threat, first of all, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Fantastic. Yeah, you are sounding great. Crystal clear. Ignore Yanko. First of all, congratulations, man. You guys put up a phenomenal performance so far in the group. You are inches away now from qualifying first place out of the group. You know, tell me, coming into this event, what was your realistic expectations about how the team would do?
So we set the expectation to get out of the groups. We had a really tough group, and after we lost to G2, it felt really tough. Yesterday, when ENCE managed to beat Vitality 2-0, we felt kind of unfortunate that we would have been secured to get to the playoffs otherwise. Though we sort of talked about it, okay, we're here to win. We want to get the first place. Let's go for the win. Let's hope G2 beats, Mousesports beats G2. And from what I know, that's actually what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for you guys. It's, of course, not settled yet whether or not you finish as number 1. I want to pick your brain a little bit, Threat, because we've seen some internal workings when it comes to Hampus and CTR, that they're joining each other in the role of being in-game leader. Does that come from you? Does that come from the players? Where is this idea stemming from?
It is from me, and I talked to both Eric, CTR, and Hampus, and we sort of figured that on some of the maps, Eric, CTR has some really good ideas. And also, we really wanted to utilize sort of the lurk element of Hampus, because he's a really good lurker. So, for example, Overpass, obviously, he plays the B lurk role, and on Nuke, he plays the door lurk role. And it's not really like the mid rounds. I always believe that everyone can contribute, and I think it's really important that everyone contribute. So even though it sounds like a big deal, like the 70-0 kill is becoming the IGL, for us, it doesn't really change that much in the actual match.
Okay, and we can see in Hampus, right, the way he's playing right now is probably some of the best Hampus has ever played. Is that down to more freedom, or is that just, you know, the individual level of Hampus finally shining through?
I think this is a combination. He had a stellar performance yesterday on Mirage, going for 30 kills versus Mousesports. And I think he just found himself in this team. He fits really well into the lineup. I think everyone has really good communication, so they listen to his calls. He can sort of play around that. And also, he's just a very, very talented player on top of that.
I'm curious about how big of an issue, if an issue at all, it is for you, the fact that, well, the team is rather inexperienced now. Your most experienced player on the team is Rez, and he's also very young. And is this something that concerns you, and how you're working around that?
Yeah, it concerns me. Well, it doesn't really concern me, because this is a team that we're going to have for the long run, right? That's why we want young players. Though you can tell in some of the rounds where we get to 15, obviously we sort of maybe put our foot on the brake a little bit. You can see that in this match when we got an entry kill in lower. We should have really like pushed through, but we're sort of a bit scared when we're going to get over that finish line. Though, I mean, they're all so talented. So if we get a lead like 14-1, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that was a fantastic lead for you guys. I'm curious, obviously you've been working with the team for such a long time. You've been within NIP for such a long time. Where do you see the skill ceiling of the team being?
One thing that's really important for us now is that we're not satisfied. I think we can push ourselves further a lot. Even after this match, we sort of talked about, we made a lot of mistakes, there were a lot of miscoms. And this is an element that actually Hampus brings into the team. He's a bit sort of non-Swedish, that he is not afraid of conflict. So he can sort of tell someone like, what are you doing? Like, you have to listen, you missed that flash. And we can sort of sort it immediately. And even though we won this group, or maybe win this group, we're still not satisfied with our game.
Okay, that's good stuff to hear. I mean, you guys have been playing well. I hope to see you guys continue to play well. And congratulations once again on your results so far. Obviously, we're still waiting to see what happens with the G2 game to see if you go through first place. But I want to let you get back to watching that so you can be with the team and of course, celebrate. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, it is 15-9 in that game, and they're in a 1-1 right now, so it's becoming very close.
It is 15-9 for...
15-10 now for Mousesports.
Okay, so if Mousesports win, NIP go through first. If G2 can come back, take it to third map, then G2 still have a chance to come through first place.
You classify yourself as a G2 fanboy at this point? Or?
No, definitely not. I hate those guys. I like that interview, what he said about Hampus not being Swedish, because it is like, I remember talking to Getright as well. He's saying, dude, it's like we Swedes, we're not really used to conflict. You know, if someone like starts saying something, it's gonna be like, yes, you are correct, and I will try to do better at that. So, but you need to have guys. Listen, like, it's great to have a coach, like whatever, to point out mistakes and tell you what's wrong. But a team is truly gonna be great when you have players call each other out,
challenge each
other, and you have accountability in the team. You know, they demand responsibility from each other, and that's when you are gonna make the most. That's when you're going to progress the quickest, right? Yeah. When the players are pushing each other. So it's great to have a guy. Everyone needs to have a guy like Hampus, more than one guy, preferably even. So it's good. Like, I'm excited for NIP. You know, like obviously things are still all online and all that stuff, but you know, they're looking good. It seems like they're working in a proper way, and the future is bright.
Yeah, and I guess there's the untapped potential as well, right? For Norg as well. We don't see him play consistently well enough, but we know how good he can be. We saw in the first map as well, and Nuke as well. He was doing a fantastic job. I think he went 9 for 10 in opening duel throughout the series here as well. If we can see that Norg every single time, there's a lot of untapped potential still for NIP. Res again playing at a level we saw 3 or 4 years ago when he first joined NIP. There's still players within this lineup who could be very, very good players working within a system of threat. I agree with Janko and the sentiment being presented here that they are a very exciting team for the future.
Yeah, I mean, you got ZTR, who's only been playing a month at this kind of level, and he's calling on 2 maps now for the team, just to reiterate for you guys at home. And again, he has a 100% win rate so far within the Pro League in calling maps, and we saw the 14-1 scoreline as well. And I am getting some news. Are you guys ready for this? I mean, I think Pimp already notices it on his screen. We do have a conclusion for the Mouse Sports G2 game.
Classic G2. Lost. Why not? Just they end the group beating Vitality, FaZe, and NIP, and they lose to Ents and Mouse.
Yeah, well, that does mean NIP come out first in the groups. They join the likes of Heroic, if I'm not mistaken, from Group A in our first place play-in, but Ents and G2 as well, qualifying through out of the groups and have some time off to obviously get themselves ready for what's coming up in that round of 12. Honestly, I'm really excited for this whole first round, our first team playoff, because it means you get straight to the semifinals. You obviously get more Pro Tour points, you get more money, and you get to have more time to study some other teams.
I mean, I think Heroic are pretty happy that NIP is the team going through as #1 and vice versa, right? We've had a couple of surprises so far in this tournament. Heroic coming in with a new lineup, playing some solid Counter-Strike, finishing first. NIP in a group where I will agree with Yanko, your G2, you must feel like you really shit the bed in the sense that you were supposed to be #1
Big
here.
time.
Let's be honest, right? You beat the supposedly 3 best team in the group and lose to the 2 worst, so it's just not good.
I don't know how much it matters. The most important thing is there's a couple of weeks now for Nico to play deathmatch with the op, right? That's what we all want to see. It's been too many missed shots. He's so much better with the AK, right? Group C, Jason, tell us about that.
Yeah, so Group C kicking off tomorrow at 12 p.m.
And do we have any more Brazilian teams on the scene that we could have put in this one? No?
Maybe we could have fit a couple in there.
Pain game.
There's no one else there. That's it. We had all the Brazilians.
Well, we got Na'Vi, Furia, Gambit, Cloud9, Team 1, and MIBR all participating in Group C, which of course kicks off tomorrow at noon CET over here in Europe for 3 best-of-3s a day. You know, if I were to ask this, Pimp, and it's going to be pretty much coming down to the exact 2 teams I think both of you will say, who are you keeping your eyes on?
Cloud9, definitely.
Team 1 and Cloud9.
Cloud9. I want to see Cloud9 make
okay.
it. I want to see Cloud9 not shit the bed.
Okay, I was expecting a Na'Vi and a Gambit. You know, if Gambit can maintain.
I don't know those.
You don't know them?
Listen, like CIS era, it's done. It only lasted for 1 tournament. Now is the time of the Brazilian era.
I cannot wait to see your Instagram messages after the show today.
I know Brazilians love me.
Yes, that's exactly where I was going with it. But yeah, obviously Na'Vi, right? Gambit as well. 2 teams we're looking forward to. Cloud9, I guess we can touch on it really quickly. Have they found?
Let's not. That's toxic waste right now. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You'll get infected.
Okay, what about Furia then? Can we talk about Furia really quickly?
I mean, they started to speak English all of a sudden within their lineup, and I guess they're doing fine. I think Junior is an interesting prospect, but for Furia not to make it out of this group would be a huge disappointment. For Cloud9 not to make it out of this group would be another disappointment.
Furia played really well.
Wait, to make it out of the group would be a disappointment?
Not to make it out of the group.
Not to okay. I thought you said it'd be a disappointment if they made it out because other teams didn't.
Furia played really well. They got knocked out by VP in the last game to make the playoffs for Katowice. They're just always fun to watch. It's just so much with Art doing crazy stuff, and Junior as well is like super good on the op too. They seem to fit really well. Atmosphere-wise, so we'll see. It should be an exciting group.
Yeah, exciting indeed. You can see our matches coming up tomorrow with Gambit taking on MIBR, Na'Vi against Cloud9, Furia against Team 1. It's going to be the kickoff of Group C. Again, we don't know what's going to happen in these groups. We can give you all the predictions we like. Okay, predictions.
Gambit, Na'Vi, Furia.
Dito? All right, so we got our predictions here on the desk. I'm going to leave mine a little bit more open so I can go back when we get to that point and be like, you guys were completely wrong. But you guys at home, hopefully you guys will tune in for the continuation of the ESL Pro League Season 13. Remember, 12 p.m. tomorrow, first best of 3 kicks off, and we'll see you then.
Goodbye.
Something you've been sharpened to. There is something
goes. Second rifle to be picked up. A second frag as well. Kisarada takes... Oh! What?
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
I've been living in the shadows for a while. Demons calling me from the afterlife. Dark doesn't faze me anymore. I came to my tears into gold. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, no, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, I said, 'cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you and I know people come and go away, away. Sun is low, that's my time to shine again, again. 'Cause baby, every fucking time you play me,
I've been running over all the corners of my mind, trying to find a story to believe. And I've been getting sick of how I'm spending all my time, searching for a way to find relief. And I can say it's like go to sleep, but I feel like I need to let go. And I can spin a web of any story that I like, but tonight I wanna make a masterpiece. Stepped out looking like a small fire, half glass and filled with desire. Head down, but I know I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar.